Testing 1 2 check check check. Testing 1 2 check check check. Testing 1 2 mic check.
Test 1. Test 1. Test. And good evening from Brandon, South Dakota, as we are set for this great matchup between the Roosevelt Ralph Riders and your Brandon Valley Lynx. Tonight, the broadcast is football on Lynx TV is going to be on Lynx TV YouTube, channel 226 on Alliance Communications, and I'm pleased to have Bob Arnold with me as my color guy.
Hey Ken,
Bob.
how's it going, man?
Good evening.
It's great to be back.
You look sharp. I wish they could see you on here.
No, that's okay. I got a face made for radio, Ken.
You got a face made for radio. I've heard that before. I think that was from you during the basketball season last year when I asked the same question.
Yes.
So let's talk about the matchup tonight. All right, Lynx coming off a big win out in Rapid City against Rapid City Central. That was a huge win. They were 0-2 going into that ball game, okay? And they took care of business on the road, and that's what they needed to do.
They absolutely did. They played a couple of tough teams to start the season. They got some things corrected. They beat a solid Rapid City Central team, 42-0, I might add. The offensive came alive. They scored over 450 yards of offense. Got great quarterback play by Lucas Lack. He went 15 for 18 for over 250 yards and 6 touchdowns. And he got some help from the running backs. Spears Whitty had over 134 yards, Ken. Got some good receptions from Dylan Langrock, Nate Andreessen, and Devion Bonwell-Whitty. All had 2 touchdowns receiving during the deal. But I think the most important thing there, Ken, is their defense only gave up 137 yards of total offense.
and
a -2 yards rushing.
So as we're talking about, Bob, coming off that 2 losses, now we pick up a win. And what I looked at on the schedule, and we've talked about it a little bit in pregame here, Bob, is how crucial this middle part of the season is. These next 3 home games. The Lynx are starting tonight. They're at home 3 contests, okay? Tonight against Roosevelt, take care of business. Next week, homecoming, take care of business against Spearfish. Am I correct?
Yep.
All right, and then the third week, okay, the third opponent if we talk about a 3-game season next and taking care of business and going 3-0 is Pierre. Pierre comes to town in 2 weeks.
That's absolutely right. But you know what, Ken? They only got to worry about the game that's in front of them tonight, because if they don't win tonight, that could send the season in a different direction, but that's not going to happen tonight. They look all fired up down there. They look ready to play. They look sharp. But most importantly, they look focused on what's about to happen in front of them on this field.
And we're about to have our national anthem.
Etiquette is to remove all headwear. Face the flag and put your right hand over your heart. Active duty military personnel or veterans not in uniform may salute the flag. Playing our national anthem will be the Branham Valley Trumpet Line under the direction of Drum Major Kate Vepensee. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Starting lineups real quick here, and then we'll get to our Lynx TV sponsors. For the Brandon offense is going to be number 63 at tackle. It's going to be Feldkamp, number 63. The other tackle will be 72. That will be Poppy. The guard, number 70, is going to be Johnson, 58. The other guard is going to be Bunkers. And your center will be Ask, number 78. At wide receiver, you're going to have Bonwell Whitty, number 5. He had a big game, like Bob said, and Langrock, number 10, is your other wide receiver. They will go to a 3 wide receiver set, and Anderson will come in, and he's number 9. Your tight end / fullback, sometimes they do both, and he's kind of a jack of all trades. That's going to be 44, Nelson. And then the running back, number 21, is going to be Spears Whitty. He had almost 140 yards rushing last week. He was a big catalyst for that offense. Your quarterback, again, is going to be the senior, Slack, number 8. Defensively is the 2 safeties are going to be number 15, Jelima, 24, Bisbee. You have your corners of Breest, which is number 23. 35 is Carroll. Your linebackers, Bortnam, number 30. 31 is your middle linebacker, that is Dowd. And 41 is Neuenhaus to round out the linebackers. On the defensive line will be number 4, that's going to be Vandenberg. And your 2 defensive tackles, Klein and Parliament, 56 and 90. And to round out that defense is going to be number 57, Risty. Go ahead with Roosevelt's starters.
All right, you got number 2, Tayden Nave. We've got quarterback is number 3, Jackson Brower. At wide receiver, we've got number 8, Cruz Vaughn. At the other receiver, we've got number 14, John Parker. At running back, we've got number 18, Jackson Grievengood. And the other running back, we've got number 33, we've got Talon Steef. At offensive tackle, we've got number 51, Connor Andre. We've got also at tight end, we've got number 52, Ty Noctaborin. We've also got at tight end number 58, Jordan Cooper. At offensive tackle, we've got number 63, David Yeston. Also at offensive tackle, number 64, Nicholas Logue. At center, we've got number 66, Logan Edwards. And your final offensive lineman, number 77, Joshua Weissenberger. On the defensive side of the ball, we've got linebacker number 2, Tayden Nave. At defensive back, number 4, we've got Mason DeSheffer. At linebacker, we've got number 7, Cameron Fennell. At linebacker also, we've got number 8, Cruz Vaughn. At linebacker, number 12, Elijah Else. At defensive back, number 13, Austin Marksman. At defensive back, number 23, Vaughn Brown. And defensive back, number 24, Jackson Gardner. At defensive end, number 52, Ty Noctaborin. Also at defensive line, number 58, Jordan Cooper. And also at defensive line, number 64, Nicholas Logue.
All right, the Brandon Valley Lynx football team is coached by Matt Christensen. He's their head coach. And it looks like the Lynx won the toss. They are electing to receive. And your captains were out at the midfield there were number 24, Tristan Bisbee, 58, Andrew Bunkers, 70 is Isaac Johnson, number 10, Dylan Langrock, 2 is Lorenzo Nelson, and number 8, Lucas Slack. So on to receive and starting this big contest as Roosevelt's coming in at 0-3. They're looking for a big, I would say, an upset tonight. And at Lynx Field. We'll call it Lynx Field here in Brandon. What do you think, Bob?
I think that's aptly named.
Back to receive for your Lynx are going to be number 5. That's going to be Bonwell Whitty. And number 21, Spears Whitty. And on to kick will be number 41. And it takes a bad bounce. Langrock's going to pick it up at the 10. He's going to scamper. He's going to miss tackle as he's going to try to pick up another yard. He's going to be down at about the 11-yard line. And that's where your Lynx will start out this evening on a beautiful Friday evening tonight. Here comes the Lynx offense.
Yeah, that was Mason DeSheffer on the tackle there. They need to get the running game going, which is going to open up the passing game tonight, Ken. We'll see how it goes.
And your Lynx offense coming out, I believe the Roosevelt Rough Riders, they have 3 safeties. That means they're probably going to be in a typical 3-4 defense. Slack, your senior, out of the shotgun. He has 2 running backs to his left and right, 2 receivers to his left. He motions Spears Weddy. No, he's going to keep it. That's going to be Slack up to the right. He's going to gain the first down and more, about 11 yards. And the Lynx are going to start off their first series with their first play in a first down.
You know, that was an excellently drawn play. They did a quarterback sneak. They waited till the ends kind of went upfield, and then they cut in behind those and off to the sidelines.
Nelson and Spears Whitty in the backfield with Slack to open up that first drive. 3 receivers, 2 Slacks left here, as you can see on your screen, moving right to left. Slack in the empty formation, 2 receivers to his right. He's going to step back. He throws. He's going to connect. And it looks like he's going to connect with his tight end / fullback, and that's going to be Nelson.
You know, that was a goodly, properly designed play. You got a 5-yard out. It's almost like a run, Ken. It's almost like a run. It's that safe. A good gain of about 5 yards. Looks like we've got 2nd and 5.
So I just got corrected. Somebody texted me, and I'm going to tell you about that after this play. Slack out of the shotgun. He's kind of have a pistol set. Nelson's going to be to his left with Spears Whitty. They're going to give it to Spears Whitty. No, it's play action. No, they are give it to Spears Whitty, and it's going to be a no gain. It's going to be 3rd down and about, I believe they may have lost a yard. We'll see. But it's going to be a 3rd down of 5 or 6. And they're going to say 3rd down and 5. So a big 3rd down already. I got corrected on that. We said it was Lynx Field. It's the cat house. It's the cat house.
I didn't see that written on the field anywhere, so I'm not going to get that one.
Empty formation for Slack as he's going to motion Nelson from right to left. He's got 3 receivers to his left. He drops back, looking for the first down. No, he's going to go deep. He's got Spears Whitty and overthrows him as number 5. Now, excuse me, that's going to be Bonwell Whitty. And number 5 just out of his reach. He had that coverage completely beat. Brings up a 4th down.
You did. They went for the home run there, Ken. It was just a little overthrown, but boy, was he wide open there.
He was, and as we know, our quarterback is our punter too, and that's going to be Slack. He's going to drive it deep into the territory, and Vaughn's going to keep it. Vaughn's going to come over the 50-yard line. He crosses that 50, and that's going to be great field position for the Roosevelt Rough Riders as they're going to start it on, it looks like, about the 44-yard line. Defensively, the Lynx come out in a 4-3 defense, spread offense, it looks like, for Roosevelt. Brower's going to start out at quarterback. That's number 3. He's going to have also his running back, Steve, right with him. He's going to motion his wide receiver back into the backfield. They're going to give it to number 18, and that's going to be Grevengood, and he's going to pick up about 4 yards. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 6.
You know, they did a pretty good job of keeping him contained in the defense there. Grevengood's a good running back, runs hard, tough to bring down.
Now Grevengood is in the backfield with Brower, as he also has Steve with him, number 33. 2 receivers to his right. He's got 1 to his left. Shotgun formation, motions his wide receiver out. They're going to go to number 14, and that's going to be, that's going to be Parker. They have him as a split end, kind of a wide receiver, but that's going to be the first down for the Rough Riders, their first of the game.
You know, they had pretty decent coverage there, Ken. Just made an excellent pass there.
We'll try to get you who's making the tackles for the Lynx as the Lynx kind of go into a hybrid defense. A lot of people standing up. There's the blitz. Brower under heavy pressure. He doesn't get it, and it's incomplete, and he tries to find number 18 as it is, like I said, an incomplete pass.
But there's a flag on the play, Ken.
Grevengood. They've tried to go to Grevengood quite a bit already in this first drive. It looks like illegal man downfield, right?
That's what it looked like to me.
All right, that's going to make it a first down. I believe that's a 10-yard penalty. So it's going to be a first down in about 20. No, it's going to be a 5-yard penalty. So it's going to be first down in 15 at about the 36-yard line, 37-yard line, they're going to say. Brower out of the shotgun, empty formation. He's got 3 receivers to his right. That tight end number 2, that's going to be Nave. He's tight to the formation. 2 receivers to his left also. He's barking out signals, and there's a flag, and we're going to see if it's going to be a false start on Roosevelt. It is. It's going to push the Rough Riders back another 5 yards. 2 consecutive penalties, Bob. Puts them at a 1st and 20 after that great first series of drive where they picked up that first down.
Roosevelt's kind of had that Achilles heel this year of having a few too many untimely penalties.
Breeston Carroll at corner for the Lynx, and they're going to have to shut down that high-powered offense for the Rough Riders as they're in the spread formation. And they're going to give it to number 33, Steve, and he is met in the backfield by number 4. That's going to be Vandenberg. We saw Vandenberg in our first telecast in the first game. He played a crucial role in the defense for the Lynx.
Yeah, that was good penetration, got the running back in the backfield, and just beat his man at the line of scrimmage.
Roosevelt with a 2nd down and 20, so no gain on that first down. 3 receivers. It's the bunch formation for Brower to his right. He's going to roll right, picks up a block. Heavy pressure by number 90. No, Brower escapes. He finds number 8. That's going to be Vaughn. And Vaughn's going to pick up about 9 yards. Brings up a 3rd down and 10. Great presence in the backfield. Great pressure by the Lynx as number 90 comes in. That was Parliament. that one of the defensive tackles for the Lynx, Brower, got out of that sack, rolled right, and found his receiver.
You know, the receivers did a good job of keeping moving while the quarterback was moving to make that play.
Brower motions his running back, Steve. He's going to look to him. No, he's going to go over to the middle of the field. Picked off by number 15, Jelima. And a big defensive play for the Lynx. That's going to be number 15. That's going to be Jelima from the safety position as Brower tries to hit his receiver in the middle of the field. Great defensive play, great defensive start from the Lynx.
He was basically playing center field out there, Ken. He's kind of watching what the quarterback was doing, kind of rolled from the middle of the field over to the far hash, and kind of saw that coming.
As your Lynx get off the field, give the offense another chance here in the first quarter, 8:12 to go in this matchup on this Friday evening in September. Shotgun formation for Slack. He's got one receiver to his right with the tight end, Nelson. Two receivers to his left, and he's got his running back, Spears Whitty. Play action. Going deep, and he's got Bonwitty incomplete as he's looked for Bonwitty deep now the last consecutive plays on offense.
He has, for rightly so. He was open there. I know the crowd is hollering for some contact there, but they're letting him play.
Going to bring up a second down and 10 from the about 20, it looks like the 23-yard line. They're going to say 24-yard line. Slack, two receivers to his left, one to his right, same formation as he had before. Let's see if that he gives to Spears Whitty. No, it's play action again. They're going to go to a wide receiver screen. He's got Langrock, but he's going to gain nothing on that screen play. It was kind of, they call it in football kind of a China screen, where the wide receiver comes underneath the formation, picks up the ball, the linemen get down the field a little bit, and that screen did not work. It's going to bring up a third down and 10 for the Lynx from the 24.
Yeah, the defense was kind of playing tricky. They're kind of all standing up, trying to not let the offensive line know who's coming.
Same formation for Slack in the last three plays. He's got Spears Whitty with him. He's going to drop back, rolls to his left. He's going to try to find the first down. He's going to grab that first down and more, I believe, and he does. Slack so far this year, folks, he's been really, really good on the ground as he's had 140 yards on 23 carries. He's actually had 2 touchdowns, 1 fumble we saw in the first game running the ball. But total offense for Slack, Bob, 747 yards and 11 touchdowns.
Yeah, right now he just needs to get some help and continue to get some help from his teammates to make this team go.
Shotgun formation. He gives it to his running back that had a big game, and he's having even a bigger game to start this off. That's Spears Whitty. He's going to come up to the right. He breaks a tackle, and it's going to be a huge gainer from number 21, Spears Whitty. That's where that kind of where they have to stay home for Slack. He just picked up a first down the play before. It's that read option, worked perfect, big gainer from Spears Whitty, brings it down to the 15.
You know, that's the second game in a row where he's had some big chunk yardage going, and it's nothing fancy, Ken. It's going right up the middle and making them respect the quarterback and makes the defense uncomfortable.
First down and 15. They can pick up another first down before they get in the end zone. They don't want to do that. They just want to get it in the end zone now. Spears Whitty to Slack's right. He's got 2 receivers to the left. It's a quarterback keeper from Slack. They're on this last 3 plays. Slack and Spears Whitty have gained all the yards. So it's going to be a gain of 2. It's going to bring up a second down and 8. From the 13.
Jackson Grevengood was on the tackle there, so he's playing both ways, Ken.
Grevengood on the tackle, shotgun formation from Slack. He's got Spears Whitty, Nelson, that fullback / tight end, right to his right. And he's going to give it to Spears Whitty. Spears Whitty cuts it up, and he's going to be about 2 yards short. They're going to say 3 yards short from the first down. Great drive so far from the Lynx.
You know, he made an excellent cut. He was designed to kind of go outside, and he saw the hole, cut up in the middle, and gained an extra probably 2 or 3 yards just because of that extra plant foot and cut up the middle of the field.
Spears Whitty last week, 10 carries for 134 yards, and he's already got about 50 to 60 tonight. Shotgun formation. He swings Spears Whitty out. No, he's going to find Langrock, and he's going to look to the back of the end zone. He wants his receiver. I believe that's going to be number 32 for the Lynx.
Tatum
Stroh comes into the ball game. That's going to bring up 4th down, and Coach Christensen is going to bring out the field goal team. On to kick is going to be number 48, Haas, for the Lynx. Langrock's going to hold for him. Let's see if the Lynx can put up the first points in this ball game. Left-footed kick. It is up and good. Your Lynx 3-0 with 5:45 to go in this first quarter. Great drive from Slack and Spears Whitty. And right now there's going to be what's happening is they've taken some shots down the field with Bonwell Whitty. We've seen 2 shots down that field, and it just hasn't happened, but the running game is happening for the Lynx. We're going to go over your Lynx TV sponsors, and I'm going to go to Bob with that.
Hey, our Lynx Pride sponsors, we've got Architecture Incorporated, Brandon Plumbing and Heating. We've got Burhand and Gerwin Heating and Air Conditioning, First Interstate Bank, Henkel Electronics, Materials LLC, Horizon Pet Care, McDonald's, and Michael's Fence. Our Lynx founding sponsors, Alliance Communications, American Family Insurance, Josh Koob Agency, Brandon Ace Hardware, Brandon Lumber Company, Brandon Pharmacy, Heartland Funeral Home, Sunshine Food Stores, and Today's Family Dentistry. We've got our anchor sponsors of our Medical Group, McGreevy Brandon, First Dakota National Bank, Sanford Brandon Family Medicine, and Children's Clinic, Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
Thanks, Bob. We'll get to the rest of the sponsors after a little bit here as Haas is going to come on to kick. He just connected on the first 3 points of the game, and there's a booming kick to the left. He's got number 8. That's going to be Vaughn back there, and it's going to go out into the end zone. It's going to be a touchback. Roosevelt's going to start with the ball. Bob, defensively, we've already seen the Lynx with heavy pressure on Brower, and that's caused some confusion as Brower's had to roll out, and he's avoided a couple, like, in the grass sacks, but that big interception by Jelema the last series.
Yeah, he's got great escapability. He's got happy feet, as they say, but the Lynx are going to get there.
And there's going to be Brower on first down. The Rough Riders are going to give it to Steve, and Steve's going to lose maybe a yard on that. We'll see where they mark it as the Lynx, the rushing defense has been outstanding so far in this first quarter.
You know, that's the second or third tackle from Nate Vandenberg on the defensive line that stopped the run up the middle. So they're doing a good job of containing that. Now they just got to make sure that they're watching the play fakes and the passing, because that's where Roosevelt's bread and butter is.
That's the defensive end of Vandenberg, number 4. As you can see on the screen, he's at the top defensive end of your screen. Brower drops back, 2 receivers to his right. He's going to look underneath, and he is met by number 28. But I think there's going to be a flag in the backfield. I think we're going to have roughing the passer, and we do. That's going to be a free 15 yards, and we'll see who that's on.
Yeah, I did not catch the number on that, Ken. I was kind of watching the pass going out here, but yeah, you got to be aggressive.
And we couldn't get that from the head ref, but we know it is a 15-yard penalty. We know that it was roughing the passer. Roosevelt's going to go right to the line. No huddle. First down from the 35. Lynx scrambling their defense a little bit as Vandenberg and number 45 switch positions at defensive end. Brower looking to the sideline as he's going to get the call from his offensive coordinator. 3 receivers to his right. He looks to his wristband. He has 2 receivers to his left also. Spread formation, empty package. He's going to motion Grevin Good. Grevin Good, it looks. Great pressure from Vandenberg. Even better pressure by number 57. And we're going to get that 57 for the Lynx.
Thomas Risty.
Thomas Risty on the sack. Vandenberg created the pressure, made Brower step up into the pocket, and right there is your defensive tackle, Risty, on the sack.
He's the third leading tackler this year for the Lynx, so he's got a lot of experience bringing those guys down.
Shotgun formation, second down and about 17 for the Rough Riders. They're going to roll Brower. He's going to look underneath, and it is incomplete as he's going to go try to find his wide receiver, and that's going to be Parker. Incomplete. Great coverage by Breest.
Yeah, he was right there on him. Even if if the ball wasn't thrown off a bit, the Breest would have been right there to knock the ball away.
So 57, Risty with a big sack to start this actual series. It's going to bring up a third down and 17, and we're going to see what the flag is here, as it may pin. Well, there's a little confusion. I'm confused. Oh, an eligible receiver. Number 4 declined by Coach Christensen and his staff. It's going to bring up a third down and 17. Great call by Coach Christensen to decline that, get that defense going on a third down and 17 from about the 27-yard line. Brower looking to the sideline. He's going to scramble his formation, 2 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. He has Steve with him in the backfield for an extra blocker. Vandenberg looking to grab a sack. He's been there close. He's there again. Brower escapes that pressure. Underthrown. No, it's going to be caught. Let's see what the back judge says.
No good, Ken. No good.
Incomplete as he tries to go to number 18, Grevengood, and it's incomplete. That was actually a really good pass from Brower. Had him open, just a little bit underthrown.
Well, he was quite a ways down the field, and it would have been close to a first down there, Ken.
My thought is they probably would have went for it on 4th and inches if that's what it was. Punting formation for the Rough Riders is going to be number 12, Elsie, back to punt. Langrock back, number 10, at about his 39-yard line, right across the 50 for the Lynx. High snap. Elsie gets it off. Not a great kick. It's going to go bouncing about the 45-yard line. Actually takes a 1-yard great bounce for the Lynx. They're going to start out on their side of the 50 on offense for the Lynx. Great field position for your Lynx offense.
I really look for the Lynx to start just pounding the ball and then doing play action to hit those long passes, because it'll get the defense to suck up a little bit. And that's what I'd be doing, Ken, if I was Coach Christensen, but that's why I'm up here.
You are up here with me, aren't you?
Yeah.
I thought I heard a voice. 3 receivers to Slack's right. We'll say 2 with Nelson tight to the package at fullback. They're going to give it to Spears Whitty. He cuts up to the left. He's still going. He's going to carry people, and he's carrying about 4 or 5 Rough Riders all the way down to about the 39-yard line. So he's going to cross the 40, and he's going to pick up 6 yards on a hard run. He made that jump cut, and then he's got the power, too, where he can carry people, Bob.
You got to keep they always say you got to keep the feet moving and you can keep the pile moving. And that's what he did for a few extra yards.
Second down and 4 for your Lynx right across the 40 there at the 39-yard line. Slack and an empty formation, 3 receivers to his right. He's going to look to the tight end. No, he's going to try to find his running back that he was actually in the slot position was Spears Whitty again, number 21. We know that he's went to Bonwell Whitty a couple times. We also got to look for him going to Anderson and Langrock also in this offense, in the spread offense. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 4. Shotgun formation. He's going to bring Bonwell Whitty in motion to his right. He's got Spears Whitty right in front of him in kind of a hybrid pistol. He's going to roll right. Spears Whitty's going to grab it. He's going to cut up. He's going to be tackled right at that point by number 4. You've called his name a couple times on defense there, the safety for the Rough Riders, and that's Dish Shepard.
He did it was a very well designed play, Ken. he just kind of slipped on the turf, it looked like, and didn't get that forward progress upfield.
And DeShepper, he's a really good safety. What I see in this first quarter, he's really come to play from that safety position for the Rough Riders. Slack, he's going to boom a kick. It's going to go in the end zone as he wanted that backspin, didn't he?
He did. He was. That would have been pretty nice.
Yeah. And as the Rough Riders are going to start out at the 20-yard line, that's where they're start out their third series on offense. So far, the Lynx defense has created, like we talked about the last series, a lot of pressure. But the main thing is they're stopping the run, and that's going to allow them to put pressure on the quarterback.
That is absolutely correct. It's going to make them one-dimensional if they can't rush.
4-3 defense for the Lynx. They got two safeties high, and that's going to be Brower. He's going to motion number 5, and that's going to be his running back. He's going to look to him. He goes to Steve, and Steve is not going to gain. He's going to, well, that's going to be positive yards. He's going to gain 2 yards. It's going to bring up a second down and about 8.
And guess who was on the tackle, Ken? Number 4, Nate Vandenberg.
Vandenberg with another tackle from his defensive end position, as we've seen Dowd also from the middle linebacker position making some crucial plays, actually pushing that pile back in to his defensive end. It looks like blitz formation from Dowd and Vandenberg, and I believe it's going to be encroachment. Brower with the hard count. We'll see what they call. And it's going to be on the Lynx. It's going to be encroachment on about 3 defensive linemen. Dowd also from the middle linebacker position. That time they were bringing a blitz from Langrock and Dowd, the middle linebacker, number 31, on that left side. They wanted to create a little bit of mismatch, so Langrock was freed open. Empty formation for the Rough Riders and Brower. 2 receivers to his left, 3 to his right. Heavy formation as that offensive line they're trying to protect. Dowd showing the blitz. Let's see what happens. He comes. He's free. And Brower hits his tight end. That's going to be number 2, Nave, and that's going to be a first down for the Rough Riders at about the 38-yard line.
Hey, Grayson Bortnam on the stop. He had tight coverage. It was just a good pass and a good pass route.
Empty formation again. They're going to stay empty. They like that empty. So far, they haven't been able to run the ball, so they're going to throw the ball. Shotgun formation, empty package. 2 receivers to Brower's left, 3 to his right. He looks to the sideline. They're audibling. We'll see what they're in. It looks like the Lynx are in a cover 3 defense on that trip side. They're going to look to the backside. Great coverage, but an even better catch by Grevin Good, and he's going to pick up about 9 yards. And they're going to say 8 yards. It's going to bring up a second down and 2.
I think there's a flag on the play, Ken. There it is. Yep, right over about the 50-yard line, right about the 0.
So, like Bob said, that's going to pin.
Yeah, but they got a flag on the far side, just beyond the first down marker.
Let's see what they're calling. They're meeting at the middle of the field to discuss it. We'll see what it is. Personal foul, 15-yard penalty on the Rough Riders. That's going to pin them back as they picked up a chunk of yards, 8 yards on that first down, Bob, to bring up a second and 2. It is now second, and we'll say right around 17. So second and 17, shotgun formation for Brower. He's got his running back with him also, and they're going to look deep. They find number 2. No, it's almost picked. And almost picked by number 23, the corner, Breest. For the Lynx, it's going to bring up a third down and 17.
He was right there in coverage. The ball was kind of overthrown, and he could kind of guide it and kind of see where it was coming.
So far, we got 26 seconds to go in this first quarter. 3-0 your Lynx as they put on a field goal from Haas on their second drive of the game. It's kind of been a long first quarter because Roosevelt's throwing the ball a lot, and that will stop the clock a lot. Brower, shotgun formation. He's got his running back to his right, 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left with the tight end. He's going to drop back. He's going to look to the backside. He's got his favorite target so far this evening, even better tackle as Brees comes up with his consecutive play for the Lynx out of the secondary as Brower connected with Grevengood, and it's now a 4th down and 5, and that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. Your Lynx in this Friday night matchup in the 11 AAA, the Metro Conference, Lynx 3, Rough Riders 0.
You know, the defense has done its job tonight. It has kept them from getting too big of chunks of yards. I tell you what, you cannot underestimate how good of tackle that was, because they would still be running if he had not made that arm tackle there on Grevengood there.
And Bob, I'll let you go over the rest of the sponsors while we're in intermission between the first and second quarter.
All right, we've got the Lynx anchor sponsors. We've got Avera Medical Group, McGreevy Brandon, First Dakota National Bank, Sanford Brandon Family Medicine and Children's Clinic, and Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. And our Lynx sponsors, we've got Alliance Communications, Coca-Cola Bottling, Midco Communications, Sanford Health, and Sioux Valley Energy. Our Lynx Pride sponsors are Architecture Incorporated, Brandon Plumbing and Heating, Burin and Gruen Heating and Air Conditioning, First Interstate Bank, Henkel Electronics Materials LLC, Horizon Pet Care, McDonald's, and Michael's Fence. And our Lynx sponsors are Alliance Communications, American Family Insurance, Josh Koob Agency, Brandon Ace Hardware, Brandon Lumber Company, Brandon Pharmacy, Heartland Funeral Home, Sunshine Foods, and Today's Family Dentistry. It looks like Roosevelt's back to punt here. It's on 4th down and roughly about five to go. This would be good to get a good run back and get some good field position going into the second quarter.
Elsie back to punt for the Rough Riders at about his 30. No, he's going to fake it. It's going to be number 12. Elsie gets the ball out to number 86, and we'll get that name here in just about a second. But that is a big play as the Rough Riders try to kind of come up with a fake punt there. It's no good.
It is no good. That was the catch was number 86, Connor Day. And, that was just a good sniff out on the defense. The coach is probably saying, let's make sure we're keeping an eye on it, but set up a good run back. And the Lynx have great field position here.
41-yard line for Slack. He's over the 50. They're on their own 50 as he's going to bark out signals. He play action. He's going to look deep. He finds Langrock. Great catch. No, just incomplete. As I thought Langrock out of the slot position. He was going right up the seam. Beautiful pass from Slack to Langrock, incomplete.
Yeah, number 25, Jaden Huber was on the coverage there, and it looks like he had the ball, and on the way down he kind of did a slapping motion and kind of knocked the ball away. So that was good execution. Just didn't get the completion.
Shotgun formation for Slack. He's got Spears Whitty with him. 2 receivers to his left and Nelson in that tight end position. He's going to drop back. He's going to look for Langrock again. Langrock has it. It's going to be a gain of about, they will mark it at about 6 yards. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 4 as Langrock, your leading receiver on the year. He's got 20 receptions for 270 yards. He's actually averaged quite a bit, 13.5 yards per reception. He also has 3 touchdowns, Bob.
Yes, this is going to be a key play here. I think they're going to go for it on 4th if they don't get it, but hopefully they get a completion over the middle.
Shotgun formation, quarterback keeper Spears Whitty throws a big block. That's going to be a 1st down and more from Slack, as we've seen from that offensive line so far, as Feldkamp, Johnson, Ask, Bunkers, and Poppy all leading the way with Spears Whitty for Slack on that quarterback keeper designed 1st down, Lynx from the 29-yard line.
Yeah, Mason DeShepper knocked him out of bounds there. He was a good, very good design play there.
Shotgun formation for Slack. Spears Whitty, same formation, 2 receivers to his left, and Bonwell Whitty to his right. Nelson out to the flat. They're going to find Langrock. Beautiful pass from Slack. Even more yardage from Langrock as he avoids the tackle, picks up the first down and more, and about 22 yards there, Bob. 10:53 to go in this first half. First down, Lynx.
You know what? Number 4, Mason DeShepper, probably saved a touchdown right there.
First and goal for your Lynx, trying to put it up to a two-score game as they want to find that end zone. Red zone formation for the Lynx. They have a receiver to, it looks like Langrock to Slack's left. Let's see if it's quarterback keeper from Slack. No, he's going to pull it back. Looks to Langrock, and it's intercepted as Slack went to Langrock on that comeback route to the pylon and intercepted. We'll get the number here in just 1 second. I believe it's the corner number 23 Brown.
It is.
On great coverage as Langrock went into the end zone, kind of pushed back a little bit. Brown with great coverage comes out of the end zone. It's first down. Roosevelt on that turnover, and it's Slack's 4th interception of the year. Brower, shotgun out of his end zone, looks deep to number 14. That's going to be Parker, incomplete. So it's going to be a second down now for the Rough Riders coming out of their end zone at the 2-yard line.
You know, that was a double coverage. They kind of knew if they were going to go who they're going to. Breest had the inside lane, and the safety had it over the top. So wouldn't a safety look nice right here, Ken?
It would, as Brower's going to look to his 3 receivers to his left. He's got 1 to his right. He also has Steve, his running back, with him. There's a quick screen to Greenwald, and they're going to get that safety, Bob. And there it is. Big defense from the Lynx as Brower tries that screen pass to Grevengood, number 18. It doesn't happen. Lynx, everybody was on that tackle, Bob. But we're talking like 5 Lynx. We'll just say it was a team effort.
It absolutely was. I'm thinking, Ken, that they've got the broadcast here in the ears of the defensive players down there. They heard us call it.
That was a good call. Yeah. Well, you said us.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything. You said that would look good if we had a safety.
Yeah, right.
I was thinking that in my head. I just didn't have to say it. You said it. Lynx 5, Roosevelt 0. 10:20 to go in this first half. Like we talked about, this is the start of a 3-game crucial, 3-game kind of middle of the season, and if that's what you want to call it, Bob, is where they really need to go 3-0 in the next 3 games. You talked about 1 game at a time. I get it. That's the focus. But they really need to take – they're at home these next 3 games, and they need to take care of what was it called again? What was this field called? The Cat House?
Cat House, yes, is what I've.
The Cat House.
Now, we're going to apologize if somebody gave us some incorrect information, but that's what we're going to go with tonight, Ken.
And so that's going to put the kickoff at the 20-yard line. It's going to be Elsie, number 12, for the Rough Riders. No, it's going to be number 81. We'll get that name in just 1 second. But Langrock and Spears Whitty are back deep for the Lynx. And Langrock's going to take it at about the 40. He's going to creep up to the 50. He breaks a tackle. He goes up the middle, and he almost busts it loose as he's going to bring it down to about the 34. They're going to mark it all the way down to the 30, looks like 33-yard line. Great return from the senior, number 10, Langrock. Started as 40, gains about 22 yards across midfield. First down, Lynx.
You know, that was just a good execution of blocking the person in front of you and creating that lane up the middle for Langrock.
Shotgun formation for Slack. He's got Spears Whitty with him. Nelson now to his left. 1 receiver. They're going to go double tight end. It looks like false start. Is that what we're going to call here, Bob?
I think that's probably a safe bet.
You have a better angle than me. You are 2 inches to my right, so you have a way better angle.
Yep, see, I called it perfect.
Okay.
Oh, but by the way, that was Van Rokel on the kickoff there.
Van Rokel, number 81, for the Roosevelt Rough Riders. As the Lynx start off on that first down, false start, first in 15, or excuse me, they're going to say, the scoreboard's incorrect. It is first and 15. I'll look at the 6 instead of the scoreboard. Shotgun formation for Slack. He's going to keep it. Big gainer from Slack. We've seen that a couple times here this evening as that quarterback keeper has worked. We know he can gain yards on the ground, and that's what he does there. Brings up a second down in about, it looks like 4 for the Lynx.
You know, I've been watching the offensive line, Ken, and they are just outmanning the Rough Riders up front. That play could be there all night long, whether it be from Slack, the quarterback, or any one of the running backs they got going. Their offensive line is playing well for the Lynx.
Shotgun formation from Slack. They're going to motion Spears Whitty. They look back to Bonwell. Whitty just through his hands. Great pass from Slack. It's going to be incomplete. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, they had Austin Markman on the coverage, and he was closing fast, but it just kind of went through the hands. Got to make those catches, Ken. If we can get our hands on them without being too far out of position, we got to make those catches.
So some people are calling it the cat house. Todd Long text me. Todd Long, if you're watching, I know you are. He told me it's the cat house. Some other people are texting me. We'll just leave it as Lynx Field. Touchdown Lynx as Slack out of that 3rd down and 4 goes up top to number 9.
Nate Andreessen.
Nate Andreessen for the touchdown. Beautiful pass from Slack to Andreessen. Lynx up by 11.
You know, Slack saw he was wide open from the word go. He was just waiting for him to get downfield to launch that. He was wide open.
Haas into kick. Up, and the extra point is good as it's now 12-0 Lynx, as that's a first score actually on the the offensive side through the air, Bob, as their first score came with a field goal from Haas of about 12 yards from the end zone, and that made it a 3-0 game. Big defensive stand from the Lynx. Roosevelt was at about the 2-yard line. You called it, Bob. Safety. It made a 5-0 game, and now we're 9:24 into this second quarter, and Slack to Andreessen, touchdown from 33.
The thing that made that play go, Ken, is the run up the middle from Slack. They did a play fake, and it kept the defense in towards the line. No help over the top.
Haas is going to be in to kick for the Lynx. They're going to kick it from the 40-yard line. Back deep is going to be Brown, number 23, and number 8, Vaughn, back deep for the Rough Riders. 12-0 Lynx, 9:24 to go in this first half. This big 11 AAA matchup as the Lynx are trying to go 2-2, get to 500 on the season. Haas with the kick from the 40. It's a booming kick. He's going to pin Vaughn, number 8, all the way down to the 2. He's going to be brought up. Great special teams as Vaughn is met just short of the 20, and that's where you want to be as a kickoff team. They're going to be down at about the 17, Bob. Great kick coverage from the Lynx special teams.
Caleb Gary on the tackle.
Caleb Gary making his presence felt on the kickoff team. Big tackle. First down and 10 from the 18. I said 17. They gave him 1 yard. They're at the 18. Shotgun formation from Brower. 3 receivers to his left. He's got Steve with him to his right. They're going to motion his favorite receiver so far, Grevin Good, and they're going to give it to Grevin Good, number 18. He's going to scamper all the way up, and he breaks a tackle. So that's a big gainer, and he's been hard to take down so far when he's had the ball, as he's going to gain about 8 yards on that first down. Brings up a 2nd and 2 with under 9 minutes to go.
Tristan Bisbee on the tackle there. You know, this is a big defensive series, Ken. You get a score, you want to stop the other team, get some momentum back, and get the ball back while you're still on that high from the touchdown.
Second down for the Rough Riders as Brower's going to bring Brevin Good back. They're going to give him the ball again on that. It's kind of a jet motion from Brevin Good from the slot position, and they're going to give it, and they're going to lose a yard. It's going to be 3rd down and 3 as the defense swarms to get Brevin Good in the backfield.
Hudson Parliament on the stop there, Ken. He made some good penetration and got a good stop there. This is a big play right here.
Parliament, as from his defensive tackle position, has created havoc in the backfield so far in this first half. Crowd comes to their feet as you can hear them. And Brower, 2 running backs with him, 1 to his right and left. Play action. He's going deep, and he overthrows his wide receiver, number 8, Vaughn, as it was great coverage by number 23. That's going to be Breest, and we've seen Breest so far in these last 2 series. He's come up really big on 3 plays.
Looks like they're going to bring out the punter, Kent. Punt team.
Well, we'll see if they do punt. Remember the last time, it was a fake punt.
I say no fake punt this time, Kent, but a good run back.
Langrock back at this 45-yard line, just crossing the 50. The punter, LC, the last time he was out on the field, it was a fake punt, and they did not convert. Snap is high. LC gets the kickoff. Langrock calling for the fair catch, and he is bumped. He called the fair catch. So everybody needs to get away. All the defenders that are coming down the field have to get away from him. So on that fair catch.
The officials are talking about this, Ken. There might be coming a flag here.
Well, to me, that is a flag, Bob. Anytime, and the fair catch was waived by Langrock way ahead of time, but they're not going to call it.
They're not going to call it. Most times I disagree with you on controversial ones, but this one I think that Brandon did not come out on the positive end of that one.
Shotgun formation at the 50-yard line for Roosevelt. They get their best field position of the game. He's going to give it to Grevengood. And he's going to bounce. He's going to bounce back left. He's got a lane. He's coming up the seam. Gets to the outside, and he is tackled. It looks like by number 29. And for the Lynx,
Drake Jellema
that had a great interception in the first quarter, comes up and probably saves a touchdown there from his safety possession as Grevengood cut it back. He had nothing to his right, cut it back to his left. Big gainer, first down for the Rough Riders at about the 34-yard line. Brower looking to his sideline, calling out an audible to the right. He's got Steve with him, 2 receivers to his left. He drops back, straight drop, and it looks like it's batted down. It is by number 4. That's going to be Vandenberg, but I don't know where the flag's coming from now.
They're going to call unnecessary roughness or roughing the pass, or one of the two.
Folks, you can hear the crowd from where we're at. They're pretty upset. So I'm not going to say anything. It's going to be first down and 10. It looks like it's going to be roughing the passer on the Lynx. And that's going to give them another 15 yards. So that's going to give them even better field position. And it's going to be an automatic first down, Bob.
It is. You know, he jumped up and got the ball tipped, but his momentum carried him into the quarterback, and evidently they felt that that was roughing the passer. You know, it's time for the defense, so we're going to get a good stop here, Ken.
Shotgun formation is Brower's going to come from the sideline the first time. He goes over to his offensive coordinator. 2 receivers to his right and left. That's a formation so far. Steve's going to be in the backfield. He's going to call out the play as every one of his wide receivers and running back, they all have a wristband on so they can look to see if there's an audible. They're going to give it to Steve. No play action. and it looks like a holding call. It's going to be a holding call.
Oh, the ball's on the ground. The ball's on the ground.
It looks like Roosevelt's going to grab the ball. They're going to grab the possession, but it's going to be a holding call on the offensive tackle as Vandenberg was in the backfield, and that's going to pin the Rough Riders back another 10 yards.
You know, he got such excellent penetration right where they were going. Play was designed, and the guy didn't have any other chance but to hold him to keep the quarterback from getting hit.
So that's going to pin the Rough Riders back. It's going to be a spot foul, Bob. So that's going to pin them back even further, about 13 yards. So that's going to bring up a first down. 28. First down and 28 for the Rough Riders. 6:40 to go in this first half. Brower looks to his right. He finds his receiver, Vaughn. He goes up the middle. He cuts back in, and it's going to be a gain of about 7. Vaughn with the reception, number 8, one of his favorite targets already tonight, and we've seen Brower's throwing the ball a lot this evening in the first half.
You know, Vandenberg, another stop. It was a great tackle. It was like third down and Sioux Falls.
7-yard gain on that first down from Brower in the Roosevelt offense from the 21. It goes through the hands of his intended receiver, number 14, Parker. It's going to bring up a third down and 21 from the 30-yard line as the Lynx faithful here, and it's a packed house on this Lynx sideline in the stands, and they're coming to their feet for the Lynx defense. Lynx defense is pitching a shutout so far here, Bob.
Yeah, you got to watch the over the top for Gravengood. That's what those are two. That's his favorite target.
Shotgun formation as he's got two receivers. That's going to be Brower with Steffel. He looks to number 18, Gravengood. You were right, number 18. That's his favorite target, as we've seen a lot of jet motion with him on those sweeps, and now they try to go deep with him right off his fingertips.
You know what? And the most important part is that there was two people on him, so they knew exactly where he was going. But it hit him in the hands, Ken. And like I said, if they're going to hit you in the hands and you're not jumping crazy, you should be catching those balls. That's a good stop here. We got to get one for the defense.
Rough Riders offense is going to stay on the field. That's going to be Brower with his two receivers to his left and right. He's got Steve back with him. Lynx crowd comes to their feet, and there's a blitz from the Lynx. And there's a screen pass to Steve. Big play. No, he breaks the tackle. He's going to bring it up to about the 20-yard line, but that's going to be the original line of scrimmage, and it's going to be Lynx ball.
You know, a punt wasn't going to gain him a whole bunch, Ken. Chances are it's going to go in the end zone back out to the 20 anyway, and so we're right where we would have been had they punted. But so, great defensive stop.
So Rough Riders set up that screen to their running back, Steve. We haven't called his name a lot in this first half, but they try it on fourth down. You talked about it, Bob, how that's basically almost a punt from that offense for the Rough Riders. Lynx are going to call it. Let's see who called the timeout here. Rough Riders are going to call a timeout. Lynx are going to start their fifth possession on offense. They scored on 3 of them, Bob. It's a 12-0 game. 5:44 to go in this 11 AAA Metro Conference matchup between the Rough Riders and your Lynx.
You know, Roosevelt has, for the most part, just abandoned the run. They're doing short passes in lieu of those, but the Brandon defense is doing an excellent job of containing that, making them try to pass over the top. And Brower, only on the season, is under 50% passing completion, so that's probably not a bad plan for them to make him a pass further down the field. And more importantly, he's 6 touchdowns, but he's thrown 8 picks for the Riders this year. 3 last week.
And so far tonight, the one turnover from Slack is he was trying to find Langrock and that's left side of your screen going left to right, and the left side of the end zone there, it was intercepted by the Rough Riders. Shotgun formation for Slack in the offense. He's got Spears Whitty with him. Spears Whitty coming off a big game last week over in Rapid City with 134 yards. They're going to give it to Spears Whitty. He's going to cut up the middle. He's going to gain about 1 yard. We've seen Spears Whitty in the first quarter. He ran off that about, I would say, we don't have official stats, but I would say about 56 to 60 yards. You like that, 56?
Yes.
I didn't say 55. I mean, anybody can say 55. I said 56, Bob.
That's what makes you unique, Ken.
Shotgun formation, and it is second down for the Lynx at the 21-yard line. Second and 9. Slack, the senior quarterback, number 8, calling out signals. 2 receivers to his right. He finds Spears Whitty. No, he finds Langrock. Langrock, he looks at Spears Whitty onto the backfield. They kind of flared him out at that running back position. That kind of pulled the defense, and Langrock popped open. So far, Langrock has been Slack's favorite target this year from the wide receiver position in the first 3 games. First down, Lynx, 4:55 to go.
There was Vaughn Brown on that particular tackle, but that was an excellent execution. Make him choose between the running back out of the backfield and the receiver going downfield.
Nelson out of the tight end. They're going to look to him over the middle. No, they're going to go to Alderson, and that's a big gainer. Again, it's going to be a touchdown. Lynx as Slack with a beautiful pass. You saw Slack there. He looked to his tight end, Nelson. That brought the safety up, and boom, as Slack goes over the top to number 9. Andreessen for his second touchdown of the game. Big gainer. I would say we were down to the 30. That's a 70-yard touchdown for the Lynx as they make it 18-0 in this second quarter.
You know, you said right, Ken. They got to respect the running game of the quarterback, the running backs. When they made the look over here, everything pulled up and he got behind him. Beautiful pass, though. Right on the money, caught him in stride.
Lynx going for a 2-point conversion as Nelson's going to be the up back. Spears Whitty with Slack to his right. Play action. Looks to Nelson. No, he doesn't find anything. Slack's going to look, and he is going to be pushed out of bounds as it was great coverage on Langrock there as Slack wanted to go to either Nelson or Langrock. Nelson fell down. Langrock was covered by about 3 Rough Riders.
Yeah,
Conversion's no good.
Yeah, they defended it pretty well. And you know what? The part that I was impressed the most about that, Ken, is he could have tried to jam it in there and get intercepted, but he made the smart decision and said, you know what, we're just going to step out of bounds, not give him that chance to run that thing back.
As the Lynx go on top, 18-0 in this first half of this 11 AAA game. 4:31 to go in the first half. And we've seen a host of players, really contributing tonight, but really the one that's been in the connection. I mean, Langrock and Slack have a great connection so far this year, but who stepped up, Bob?
Yeah, Andreessen.
Andreessen has really stepped up as number 9 has caught 2 touchdowns over the top of safeties.
Yes.
And to be honest with you folks, that's coming from Slack too, because Slack's looking underneath initially. They're watching him. Those safeties are watching him, and they come down. Andreessen goes up top, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and they're giving some extra attention on the defense to Langrock, which only helps Andreessen here. Now they're not going to be able to do that because he's burned them twice.
Andreessen, number 9, with 2 touchdowns. Haas with a booming kick. Vaughn takes it at the 1, and let's see if the kickoff coverage team does a great job, and they do. They pin the Rough Riders at about the 24-yard line. They've been money too so far. Special teams has been 100% so far in this first half, Bob.
Hey, our buddy Drake Jellema on the stop there contained his lane and got a good stop there to avoid the long return.
Jellema and the first series for the Rough Riders came up from his safety position and made the interception off Brower. Brower out of the shotgun, 2 receivers to his left and right, spread formation. He's got his running back with him. Vandenberg, heavy pressure. He makes Brower throw it out of bounds. as it was heavy pressure from number 31 Dowd and number 4 Vandenberg. But Vandenberg's been all over the field defensively from that defensive end position for the Lynx.
Is there like 4 of him on the field?
Boy, he seems like he's everywhere.
Yeah.
Hey, we said that. What do you call that? When we both say it at the same time.
A coincidence?
There you go. Well, something like that. We'll just call it whatever. Just like this field is Lynx Field. No. 3 receivers, 2 Brower's left in. He fakes the handoff. He's going to go into number 2. That's going to be Nave, but he's going to be met by the corner, and that's going to be number 24 for the Lynx. Actually, yeah, it's going to be number 24, Bisbee from his safety position. He comes and meets Nave for a 3-yard loss. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 13 as the Lynx are trying to get the ball back to their offense with 3:50 to go in the first half. Brower now has 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. They mix up the formation. Looks like about a cover 3 defense from the Lynx at the top of your screen on that trip formation. Single coverage down to your left. They go to the single coverage. His receiver wasn't looking. That was Parker. And it was great coverage again from the Lynx secondary as number 35, Carroll, on that coverage. That brings up a 4th down and 13. Punting formation is coming out for the Rough Riders. Lynx are going to get the ball again.
You know, he had to get that ball out a little quicker than he really wanted to. Caden Dowd was just going to crush him if he didn't get that ball out.
I didn't see that.
Oh, he was unabated, as they say.
So Coach Christensen and that defense, they've really brought pressure from that middle linebacker position. As Bob just said, Dowd in there again with heavy pressure. Langrock's at his 50 to receive the punt. Elsie, number 12, back to punt at about his 7-yard line. And there's a snap. Great kick. Langrock's going to call for the fair catch. No, he bobbles. And it's going to be a fumble as Langrock doesn't pick that up. But we do have a flag on the ground, on the turf.
The official was waving his hands in the middle of the field here. So I'm not sure what that means, but it looks like he was kind of waving off the plays.
So what that means is that in high school, what that means is it's going to be a turnover, okay? It's going to put the Roosevelt offense back on the field, but it's going to be where the spot where Langrock touched the ball. So it's going to be a turnover. It's not going to be a touchdown. It's still 18-0 Lynx over the Rough Riders, but the Roosevelt offense is going to get another chance crossing their 50 at about the 38-yard line.
All right, it's going to be crucial for the defense to get a stop so they got some momentum going into the second half because Roosevelt's going to get the ball to start the second half.
Well, they're going to move that ball up. It's not going to be the 38. It is going to be all the way down to the 26-yard line. That's where the Rough Riders are going to start with the offense. 3:19 to go. They have 2 timeouts in their pocket that they can use. Brandon Valley with 3 timeouts. Shotgun formation from Brower. He's got Steve with him to his left. He's got 3 receivers to his right. Single formation, single wide receiver to his left, and that's Parker. He's going to look to the sideline, and we have a little bit of confusion on the field right now as the side judge and the back judge come to meet at about the 20-yard line. They're going to reset the clock at 3:19, 1st and 10 from the 26. Big defensive stand is what's needed from this Lynx defense. They've been amazing all night with a turnover and they've actually scored defensively on the safety. Brower, 3 receivers to his right. Bad snap. He's going to look up top. He looks to his favorite wide receiver, number 18. That's going to be Grevengood, and he's just overthrown. Brings up a 2nd down and 10.
Bisbee on the coverage there, but he was open. He should have caught that ball. But that's okay because that helps the defense.
2nd down and 10, and I believe this is 4-down territory for the Rough Riders, so they're going to treat this as maybe a 1st down. 3 receivers to Brower's right, 2 to his left, empty formation. All he got is in front of him is his 5 offensive linemen. Vandenberg and that defensive line looking to pin their ears back to come and get him, and they do. And number 45 for the Lynx defense,
Sam Knowles.
And that's going to be Sam Knowles with the sack. It was 4 against 5, 4 defensive linemen. Coach Christensen didn't bring any blitz, and that 4-man line beat that 5-man line, Bob.
That is excellent. That's just good penetration. That's desire that want to get to the quarterback at that point.
Now the Lynx are going to bring 3. There's going to be 3 defensive linemen against, it looks like they're going to keep a tight end formation. As Brower's going to roll right. He looking back to his left. He has a receiver. It is incomplete as the safety for the Lynx breaks it up as they were looking for Grevin Good again. It's going to bring up a 4th down like we talked about before. Bob, this is 4-down territory for this Rough Rider offense, 4th and 15.
You know, they had Austin Brummels back there kind of playing center fielder, trying to knock that ball down. But
so three safety look as Brummels sits in the middle of the field at about the 15-yard line. He's got Jelima and Bisbee with him back there. 3 receivers to Brower's right. He's going to motion his slot receiver, Steve, and
timeout on the field.
Looks like the Rough Riders are going to call their second timeout as they did not like the coverage that the defense was in. So they're going for it on 4th and 15. Maybe they're rethinking that, Bob. I wouldn't.
I wouldn't either. Because right now you might not get down here again for a while.
It's going to be a 4th down and 15 from the 28-yard line. 2:28 to go in this big matchup as the Lynx trying to go to 500 on the season. They're up 18-0 over the Rough Riders. They are trying to move up the standings as we talk about in the standings, Bob, that we've seen so far this evening coming into tonight. We took a look at it in pregame, and O'Gorman's sitting at 2-1. They're actually number 1 because of the point system. Jefferson's at 3-0. Harrisburg 2-1. Lincoln 2-1. Stevens 2-1, and Brandon's in 6th place right now at 1-2. So some of those teams are going to be at 2-2 at the end of the night.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a big mix-up. This is a big game for the Lynx. 18-0, 4th down and 15 from the 28-yard line. Fans come to their feet as it's a packed house tonight here at Lynx Stadium. Shotgun formation from Brower. He rolls right. Big pressure from Vandenberg, and he finally gets him as he's going to send the Lynx offense at about the 49-yard line. Vandenberg's been that close, and now he got there.
He certainly did, and what made that play is the linebacker, Gravengood, was doing a kind of a wheel route, and the linebacker gave him a shot down the field and took away his route. He had no place to go for the receiver that he was looking for.
So Coach Zur and the Lynx offense are going to come to the field. They're going to mark it down at about the 46-yard line. Big key to this drive, 2:21 to go in this half. Lynx have 3 timeouts in their pocket. 3 receivers to Slack's right. He's got 1 to his left. He's going to drop back. Heavy pressure. He's going to step up in the pocket. He avoids the sack. He's going to roll right. Stays on his feet. He's going to gain about 2 yards, 1 to 2 yards, but it could have been a negative play where he loses 7 yards.
Yeah, the Roosevelt really put on a bunch of extra pressure there to try to make him rush the passes.
2nd down and 8 from the 48. Just under 2 minutes ago, Lynx still 3 timeouts in their pocket. Slack. He's going to look to Langrock, and it's going to be almost intercepted as it goes off Langrock's hands. And number 23 for the Rough Riders, that's going to be Brown, almost comes up with the interception, and that would have been his 2nd of the night.
And he would have had nobody in front of him all the way to the other end of the field.
3rd down for the Lynx, 3rd down and 8. 1:45 to go as the Lynx are trying to put more points on the board They're up 18-0 in this first half. 3 receivers to Slack's right. He also has Spears-Whitty with him. Spears-Whitty with a screen pass. He's going to break it up the middle. He's going to gain a first down and more. He's going to bring about 3 Rough Riders all the way down to the 35-yard line. In high school football, when they move the chains, you get the first down. Guess what? Stops the clock, but the Lynx are going to call a timeout. Their first timeout. They'll have 2 timeouts remaining. But the big screen pass from Slack, the senior quarterback, to number 21, Spears-Whitty, gains a chunk of yards all the way down to the 36, Bob.
I think Austin Markman, saved a touchdown there, because if he doesn't make that tackle, he's off to the races. There's nobody else behind him.
We've seen Spears-Whitty. He can gain it on the ground too, okay? But that was a great – so 3rd down and 8, you know they're going to bring pressure.
Yeah.
You know. Great play call by Coach Zur. Coach Zur is the offensive coordinator for the Lynx. Calls a screenplay. Beautiful play.
Because you know they're coming. The space is going to be vacated by the linemen and the linebackers, for that matter. So, yeah, it was great execution, great play call.
Hats off to the Lynx coaching staff as they dial up a great play. Now it has to be the next great play, Bob. It's 1:35 to go in this first half as the Lynx up 18-0. We've seen from the Lynx defense, they've been outstanding in this first half. But the offense needs to come under fire here and put it to a 4-score game. 18-0, Lynx. Lynx out of the shotgun with Slack. 2 receivers to his right from the 36. He's going to roll right. Picks up a block from Spears-Whitty. He's going to look down the field. He's got Bonwell-Whitty, but it's going to be incomplete as number 28 for the Rough Riders comes in and makes a huge hit.
Yeah, Bennett Gillespie knocked the ball loose.
Yeah, as Bonwell-Whitty, number 5, from the wide receiver position. And we've seen Slack go to him a couple times. It's just he hasn't connected. I mean, that was a big hit. That's not on Bonwell-Whitty at all.
No.
Shotgun formation from Slack. He's got 3 receivers to his right. And he's going to keep it. He avoids the sack. No, he does not, as number 12, Elsie, he comes from that safety position. And I'm sorry, I was saying Elsie. It's Elijah Else, number 12 from the Rough Riders, going to bring up a 3rd down and 12 on that sack from the 38.
We need the offensive line to make some stops here and give Slack the time, because they're open all over down the field. But if he doesn't have the time, he's not going to be able to get the ball there to set his feet. So,
play clock as the Lynx are going to let that boil down a little bit here as 5 seconds to go on the play clock. And timeout, Lynx at 42 seconds to go in the first half. That's the second time I've said that, Bob. First quarter. Get this right, Ken. You want to tell me to get it right?
No.
Okay.
No, that's because I would be doing the same thing.
42 seconds to go in the first half. Lynx up 18-0. They do have the ball at about the 38-yard line. It's 3rd and 12. This may be 4-down territory for the Lynx offense. The Lynx offense really want to put up 25 points to go into halftime, where it's 25-0, and the Lynx would be up a little over 3 scores.
Yeah, this is a crucial play here because the clock is getting down there. You've maybe got time for 2 plays depending upon how it goes. It wouldn't surprise me to see another backside screen, Ken, because they're trying to put on a lot of pressure to disrupt the quarterback. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see what Coach Zur has to do here.
42 seconds to go in this exciting first half from the Lynx defense and offense. Slack with 3 receivers to his right. Looks to Spears-Whitty. No, he doesn't find him. He's going to go up top to his favorite deep target, and that's going to be number 9. And it's going to be incomplete.
That was very well covered back there. It was double covered.
Slack's favorite deep target tonight, Andreessen. He's already got 2 touchdowns. He was looking for his third of the evening. Brings up a big 4th down and 12 from the 38.
Okay, we still got 36 seconds to go. A nice little 10-yard pass to Langrock would be good to move the chains and stop the clock a little bit till the offensive line gets up there.
Slack's got to look at the play clock. It's down to 4. And Roosevelt's going to take the timeout. So they allow the Lynx to save that timeout. I was looking at the scoreboard here, and the play clock, Bob, was down to 4. The Lynx would have had to take a timeout. Roosevelt does. They take their last timeout.
That's a good break for the Lynx here, so they can, if they need to think twice about their play call, now they got the time to do it.
Yeah, Coach Christensen and his staff are saying, thank you. Yeah. Thank you. You allowed us to save a timeout.
Yeah.
36 seconds to go. 18-0. 11 AAA matchup here. And the Metro Conference will try to get you scores at halftime. Stay tuned, though, at halftime, because we're going to have the Lynx Marching Band, and we all know how terrific they are. So stay tuned. We will have them live at halftime for you. Right now, it is 18-0. Your Lynx over the Rough Riders. 4th and 12 from the 38. Let's see if they dial up another, I'm going to call it, Bob, screen pass to Spears-Whitty. Rough Riders looking at heavy pressure. They bring it, and no, it's going to be underneath to Bonwell-Whitty, though. He fumbles. It's going to be Rough Riders' ball as number 23, Brown, picks up his second turnover. So Bonwell-Whitty was open at about the 33-yard line. He cuts over the middle with the ball, fumbled, and number 23, Brown, picks up the fumble. Brown with the interception at the 2-yard line earlier in the first quarter, and that's going to be Rough Riders' ball crossing the 50 at about the 48.
I'd put about 5 people on number 18 here, Ken, going deep.
You would put 5 people on it?
Because that's where they're going.
5 people, Bob.
That'd be these 5 right out here.
That's almost half the defense.
Yeah, because but when you know where the ball's going, it's a little easier to play defense.
Well, he's in the backfield right now with Brower. And they're going to motion Parker to his left. Well, they're going to give it to number 18, and he splits that defense. That's going to be Grevengood. He's been the favorite target on the ground and in the air for Brower, and that's going to be a first down. Roosevelt at about the 30-yard line.
More importantly, it stopped the clock because he ran out of bounds.
Stopped the clock, but that timeout that they took on defense put them at no timeout, so they got 17 seconds to go in this first half. Lynx defense has been outstanding this full first half. Shotgun formation from Brower. He's going to look to his right. Heavy pressure, and he looks to number 2. That's going to be Nave. But he is met in the backfield by, I believe that was Dowd from his middle linebacker position. No, it's going to be number 20 for the Lynx coming on the blitz there.
Austin Brummels.
Austin Brummels coming on the blitz, as you're going to see another maybe 3 safety look. No, there's going to be 2 safety look as Jellema and Bisbee are back deep for the Lynx. Brower looks at the screen pass. No, he's going to try to go up top to Vaughn, number 8, and it's incomplete. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 10 with 7 seconds to go. You're pretty limited on what you can do play calling here. You got to go to the end zone, Bob.
I think you do, because anything short of that, you may not get there and the clock's going to run out. But, you know, he did a smart thing there and kind of threw the ball away, not risking the interception there.
3rd down and 10 for Brower, as it's been 2 incomplete passes so far in this series from the 30-yard line. 7 seconds to go, first half. Lynx crowd is coming to their feet as they want to create noise for their defense. And there's the pass, goes up to his favorite wide receiver, and Grevengood, incomplete, but there is a second on the clock. So Roosevelt's going to be able to go for that end zone again with 1 second to go from the 30-yard line.
You know, that was an excellent pass breakup by Tristan Bisbee there, because he had space there. He needed to knock that ball away. He didn't try the interception that could have tipped the ball up and gave a chance for the receiver to get it. He's knocked the ball away like you're taught to do out there.
Greven Good has been Brower's favorite target so far. He's ran the ball, he's went through the air, and he's been that favorite. We'll see if they go to him again. He's going to have single coverage. No, he's going to be boxed in to the left. They're going to look over the middle on him, and it's going to be overthrown. It's going to be picked off. No, it is not, as I believe that's going to be number 15, Jellema again, from the safety position, and he breaks it up. Almost had his second interception of this first half, and that's going to do it for the first half as your Lynx are up 18-0 on the Rough Riders from Sioux Falls, as this is your 11 AAA matchup here tonight in Brandon, South Dakota, as the Lynx are trying to go 2-2 on the season, move to 500. We'll get you some halftime, maybe some halftime scores here as Bob's looking them up right now.
Well, one I do have, Ken, is Harrisburg, with just a little bit to go in the fourth quarter, is up on Sioux Falls Lincoln 34-22.
34-22 as Harrisburg's sitting at 2-1, and Lincoln is too. So that's a big matchup, like we talked about when we went over the standings just a little bit ago, Bob. In the second quarter, we talked about where these standings are sitting, and some of those teams, one of those two teams is going to fall to 2-2.
They absolutely are. So also we've got Washington is playing Watertown. We got no score there yet, but O'Gorman's out playing Rapid City Stevens for their homecoming, and they got the Harrisburg. That's the only other games tonight in AAA.
So we'll try to get your scores as we go on, but here is what you want to do now. Don't go get your popcorn and your pop or whatever you're going to do. I know you're back from your bathroom. We've given you a little over a minute to go to the bathroom, okay? The Lynx Marching Band is about to put on their performance here on this turf, and we want you to stay tuned. So we're going to pass it off to the Lynx Marching Band and their performance.
Drum majors Kevin C., Jackie Stimwettle, and Ian Candy. Is your band ready? Brandon Valley Marching Lynx, you may now take the field in exhibition.
by the Lynx Marching Band, Bob?
Tyler Nettestad and the crew just do an excellent job of preparing a nice show, but you got to give it to all the students because they've got to execute all of those steps and moves and musical renditions of songs to make it all go.
I agree with you. And so, what a halftime performance. We are lucky in Brandon here that we have such an amazing marching band, and we get to watch that here live. That's great. And, and you also at home, or if you're in a car, if you're in Illinois, if you're in Minnesota, Texas, what do you think?
You get a chance to see it all here.
You do.
And we've just got some excellent schools, excellent programs, excellent musical programs for a lot of the schools around in this particular area. We're pretty lucky and fortunate.
We are. So we're at halftime here with your Lynx up 18-0 over the Roosevelt Rough Riders. Lynx going into this contest at 1-2, Rough Riders at 0-3. Lynx trying to move up in the standings to 2-2 and go to 500. We talked about the other teams in the AAA conference to where everybody's standing, and a lot of that's going to be jumbled around a little bit as some teams are going to move to 3-1. Maybe one team in Jefferson moves to 4-0, but some teams are going to move to 2-2, and that's going to put the Lynx right back in contention to move up in the standings. Your Lynx TV sponsors are as follows. Lynx Platinum sponsors are Alliance Communications, Coca-Cola Bottling, Midco Communications, Sanford Health, and Sioux Valley Energy. The Lynx anchor sponsors are Avera Medical Group, McGreevy here in Brandon, First Dakota National Bank, Sanford Brandon Family Medicine and Children's Clinic, Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. The Lynx founding sponsors are Alliance Communications, American Family Insurance, Josh Koob Agency, Brandon Ace Hardware, the Brandon Lumber Company, Brandon Pharmacy, Heartland Funeral Home, Sunshine Food Store, and Today's Family Dentistry. I'll let you take the pride sponsors, Bob.
They are Architecture Incorporated, Brandon Plumbing and Heating, Burhan Gruen Heating and Air Conditioning, First Interstate Bank, Henkel Electronics Materials LLC, Horizon Pet Care, McDonald's, and Michael's Fence. Thank you for all of our sponsors for making this broadcast and all of the broadcasts this year for both football, basketball, and the other sports that we do here. Thank you for making that possible for our folks at home that can't make it to the game here today.
Soccer and everything that's involved, the marching band, it's just amazing. The reason that we're able to do this is because of you, those sponsors. So go out in the community and support those sponsors, folks. They are the reason you're watching this tonight, wherever you are. And if you travel to Brandon, okay, from another state, wherever you're listening, go to those companies, or whoever they are, and those sponsors, and support them, please. So we're going to go back. 4:22, they put another 4 minutes on the clock there. And so we're going to be able to talk about a little bit what happened in the first quarter, as we saw in the first quarter on the second possession. As the Lynx drove down, they came up to fourth down, and number 48, the left-footed kicker in Haas, comes in and puts it at a 3-0 game. And so both Lynx and the Rough Riders back and forth played pretty good defense for a little while there, and then all of a sudden the Rough Riders were pinned back at about the 2-yard line off that interception from Slack that was intercepted by number 24 Brown. And that put the Rough Riders at the 2-yard line. The Rough Riders try a screen to Brower's favorite target and Grevengood, and guess what happens, Bob?
They got a safety.
You called it, and it was a safety in the end zone as 3 or 4 Lynx defenders met Grevengood for a safety. That put the score at 5-0, And then the Lynx offense really woke up as Slack and Spears-Whitty started to gain ground on the ground. Okay, they really started picking up chunks of yards, and then all of a sudden that play action happens. And Andreessen, number 9, the wide receiver for the Lynx, connects with Slack, and Slack finds him over the top for about 33 yards. There's the first touchdown from the Lynx. That moves it to a 12-0 game. Then they went back and forth a little bit, and then in the second quarter, it happens again, but this is for a bigger chunk of yards. For 70 yards, Slack drops back. He finds Andreessen again, his favorite deep target. Touchdown, Lynx. It is then 18-0, and that's where we went into halftime with, Bob.
It did. Now, the looks like the Rough Riders are going to get the ball to start the second half here. It would have been interesting to see what the coach had to say going into halftime for the Rough Riders, because the running game really hasn't been working. The pressure that the Lynx have been putting on the quarterback, they've been getting some plays, but nothing too major. So the passing game hasn't been overly successful. Don't know what they're going to do there for Ken. It's tough when neither one of your parts of your offense and defense are really helping you out. Now, the defense, they got a couple of turnovers.
They did.
So that's helping their cause, but keeping the score down on the Lynx side.
Right, and we've seen from the Lynx, though, Jellemug with the interception. We forgot to talk about that, but also catalyst to the defense tonight, besides number 4, Vandenberg, coming from the defensive end, has been Dowd. We've seen a little bit of Parliament from the defensive tackle position. We've also seen Risty, number 57, pick up a sack, but the corner and number 23, Breest, has really played a great game from the corner position.
And then there's that four-headed monster of Vandenberg is all over the field.
Yes.
And I say that kind of in jest, because he's gotten tackles from kind of like a hybrid linebacker position. On both ends, he's been able to get tackles. He's been putting pressure on the quarterback. He's been covering the screens going out. He's just been all over the place.
And let's talk about the offensive line for the Lynx. And number 63, Feldkamp, 70, Johnson, 78, Ask, 58, Bunkers, and 72, Poppy. They've really gave some really good protection for Slack. It seemed like, especially if you're going to connect deep, you got to have some time. It just can't be 1-2 second throw. It's got to let your receiver and Andreessen get down the field, and that's all about that offensive line. So hats off to the offensive line. Also, really special teams has really coming into the forefront too, as number 48, Haas, our kicker, connects for the first points, 3 points on the first points of this game, but our kickoff coverage has been pretty special.
It has been. They're doing what they're trained to do. You keep your lanes, you keep them from breaking through the contain, and make tackles when you have the opportunity. One thing I was going to also tell you, in addition to the offensive line there, Ken, doing their thing, the play calls from Coach Zur, throwing in screens, you're throwing in quarterback runs. It doesn't allow the linebackers to rush, because if they rush, could be a screen coming behind them. If they stay back, you get a good run. It's a good deal to play design is what I'm trying to get to, Ken.
That's a great point. That's a great point, Bob. Is that you're one thing I didn't talk about, and we should talk about more is how good this coaching staff's coaching tonight too. 2 minutes ago at halftime, and we're up 18-0. This coaching staff has all 3 phases of the football team working really well tonight. They're coming off of a big win, the Lynx, last week at 42-0 at Rapid City Central, and they've now defensively. Let's take a look at this. It's been 6 quarters now. Okay, 4 quarters in Rapid City, and 2 quarters in the beginning of this game. They pitched a shutout. That defense is playing at a high level.
It is. One thing that's kind of a factor between both games, last week when they played Rapid City Central, -2 yards rushing.
Wow.
today, if you're watching the deals, there's not a lot of rushing going on the Roosevelt side of the deal. So they're paying a really good attention to the running back and the quarterback's ability to run, and kind of making Roosevelt one-dimensional.
Yeah, and really, Brower is really trying to get to the ball to number 18 and Grevengood, his wide receiver slash H-back, if that's what you want to call it. He plays multiple positions on the offense. They really went to a lot of jet sweeps with him to try to get him in space, and really he's their go-to offensive weapon so far this evening. You talked about the defensive rushing against the rush, and Roosevelt, they tried to establish a little bit of run, but they've really abandoned that. I bet you Brower's thrown the ball 30-ish times tonight already.
I would bet so, and really their only long gainer on the run was when they were getting down here to our east side of the field, where we thought it would have been a guaranteed pass deal. They had Gravengood had that long run that was like 30 yards, but that was because they had 5 receivers out there and all the defense was going back. So,
and we're about to start this second half as the clock hits 0, and it's 18-0 right now going into the third quarter. 12 minutes on the clock. They just reset that clock, and number 48, your kicker, Haas, is on to kick. Back deep for Roosevelt is going to be number 28, Brown, and number 8, that's going to be Vaughn. That takes it at about the 3. He's going to cut it up to about the 21-yard line. They're going to mark him down, I believe, at the 24-yard line, and that's where the Roosevelt offense is going to start with the ball in this third quarter.
Austin Brummel's got the trip up there to save a long gainer.
Special teams has come out big tonight in this ball game, especially on the kickoff coverage team. 4-3 defense from the Lynx, 2 safeties high, as Brower's going to set his offense. He's got his running back right to his right and 3 receivers to his left. He's going to look right to the left. He's going to go to number 2, Nave, on a screen pass. He is met right away, as it's going to be a no-gainer, maybe 1. They may give him 1, as that's going to be number Bisbee. That's going to be number 24, Bisbee, on the tackle from the safety position.
And Grayson Bortnam also on the tackle there. He's our leading tackler on the season, Ken.
Shotgun formation for Brower. 3 receivers again to his left with the running back right with him. He doesn't go to his running back, but he's going to go to number 4. I believe that's going to be number 4. We're going to get the number here, as it's going to be the far side of the field. As I believe it's going to be Vaughn.
Yep.
And
Mason DeShepper up on the reception.
And number 35, Carroll, is going to be on the tackle for the Lynx. 3rd down and 1 from the 32. Roosevelt moving left to right on your screen, as Brower is going to bark out signals. 3 receivers to his left again, 1 to his right. He's going to give it to his running back, number 5. He's met in the backfield, and he is stopped cold by that Lynx defense, as he was met by number
6, James Skyberg.
In first, though, Bob, as Klein came through there from the defensive tackle position, missed the tackle but held up the running back. And you saw what Bob said there, as the Lynx defense swarmed, and that's going to bring out the punting formation for the Rough Riders. Lynx defense starting out strong so far in this third quarter, in the beginning of the third quarter. That's going to be Elsie. Elsie with a squib kick. They're going to find nothing, as number 35 is now back for the Lynx. And the Lynx are going to start with the ball on offense at about the 34-yard line.
Rylan
Carroll was back deep. Usually we have Langrock back there, but they put Carroll back there the corner for the Lynx. Shotgun formation for your Lynx. 2 receivers to Slack's left and 1 to his right. He has also his tight end with him. Spears Whitty breaks it up the middle. He's going to gain, they're not going to say he gained anything there. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 10.
Tate Nave on the tackle there. He did a great stop of jumping into the hole and catching him, not letting him use his strength to get out of the tackle.
Lynx trying to establish the run right away as they give it to Spears Whitty on 1st down and 10. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10 as it is a no gainer for the Lynx running back that had a huge game last week with 134 yards. Slack with his tight end right to his left. 2 receivers also to his left. They're going to look for the screen as Andreessen's going to catch it. He's going to gain a ton more yards as he's going to go across the field over all the way down to about the 39-yard line. They're going to say the 38-yard line, but that's a big gainer from Andreessen, and that's his 3rd catch, and that puts him well over 100 yards.
Yeah, that was probably a touchdown-saving tackle by DeShepper.
Andreessen from Slack. It was just a little screen pass, and Andreessen worked up the field for a big gainer. Slack, 2 receivers to his left with his tight end, and 2 receivers to his right. Quarterback keeper gets a big block from Nelson. He's going to scamper up the sideline, goes all the way down to the 20. He's going to be just out of bounds at about the 22-yard line, but there is a flag on the play. I think we're going to get holding on our receiver, number 5, Bonwell Whitty.
Yeah, that looks like. In fact, there's a couple of flags on the play, Ken.
Beautiful play call as Slack drops back, looking like he's throwing, keeps the ball, and that's going to be nullified, that run, and we'll see where they spot it.
It'll be interesting to see what they call here. Could be a face mask.
It's going to be holding on number 5, Bonwell Whitty, from his wide receiver position. And it's going to be a 1st down, though, for the Lynx. They're going to replay the down. And that's going to be spotted at about the 32-yard line. And 1st down, they got to move the chains. They're going to stop play right here. They got to move the chains back. As the chains moved on the the top of your screen, we'll see where they reset this offense. But it is going to be a 1st down, Bob. It's going to be 1st down and actually 3, as that's a 10-yard spot foul, the holding call. So it's going to be 1st down and 3 for the Lynx.
I like that change, Ken.
You like that?
I like that because instead of 1st and 10, now it's 1st and 3 or so, and a little easier to make. Oh. I say they go for a long
when's
bomb
the last
here.
time, Bob? When's the last time you've seen 1st and 3 instead of 2nd and 3? Shotgun formation for Slack. Spears Whitty, play action, screen pass. He's going to go to Nelson. Nelson's first catch of the ball game. He's going to gain the 1st down, and he's going to gain a lot more. He's going to bring the ball down, all the way down to about the 17-yard line. And that's where the Lynx are going to start. 1st down and 10. Slack to his tight end, Nelson. 1st down.
Did it look like he was just out there just looking for somebody to run over?
It did.
He wasn't trying to run away from anybody. He was looking for somebody to run over and put a little punishment.
Yeah, we really have noticed Nelson. He doesn't get a lot of the limelight, but he throws a lot of good blocks, and that time he picked up a big 1st down on 1st and 3. Shotgun formation for Slack. He's going to roll right. No, he's going to go to Nelson again. Finds him in the flats. He's going to gain another 1st down. Now all of a sudden we've called his name twice, and he's gained probably about 33 yards on the last 2 plays. The fullback / tight end for the Lynx.
Jaden Huber on the tackle, knocking him out of bounds. But guess what, Ken? Teams are going to have to watch for that now, which just makes you another weapon that you got to try to prepare for in future games.
1st and goal for the Lynx at the 5-yard line. Nelson's now right in front of Slack on the left. He's got Spears-Whitty with him. They're going to give it to Spears-Whitty, and he's going to gain about 3, maybe 4 yards. No, he's going to be pushed back by that Roosevelt defense, and it's going to be a gain of about 2. So it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal from the 3, maybe 4-yard line. We'll see where they spot it.
Yeah, that was Mason DeSheffer on the stop there. Did a good job of not letting him cut it back up inside.
2nd and goal from the 4. Lynx looking to score to capitalize on the great field position that they got from the Rough Riders special teams. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers, 2 slacks right. He's going to give it to Spears-Whitty. No, it's an end around. They're going to give it to Langrock, I believe, and that's going to be a touchdown. Lynx puts it to 24-0 as Slack gives it to Spears-Whitty. Spears-Whitty gives it to Langrock from the wide receiver position on the end around. Touchdown Lynx.
You know, what they're doing is they're playing on the pressure that the defense is trying to put on the offensive line, and it worked against them because there was nobody back over here. They all crashed.
It's now a 3-score game. The Lynx are going to try to put it to a 4-score game. 24-0. Haas with the hold from Langrock, and it is good. 25-0 Lynx in this 11 AAA matchup here in Brandon, South Dakota. Lynx over Roosevelt.
You know, they're taking everything that Roosevelt's trying to do for them, pressure, speed, and they're using it against them, which is what? It's great play calling.
It absolutely is, offensively and defensively. Let's just put it that way. And special teams have all 3 phases we talked about, Bob, at halftime. All 3 phases are running at a real high level right now. Let's look at the last 2 games. I know we're only halfway through the 3rd quarter in the 2nd game of the last 2 games, but you look at the scores, okay? So let me take a look. So you look at 4. I'm going to do math here. Is that okay?
Oh, no.
Oh, boy. 67 points scored from the Lynx, and they've given up 0. That you're doing something right, Bob.
Yeah. And regardless of the teams that you're playing, when the defense is not giving up any points, you don't lose many of those games.
And so the Lynx were on the road last week. They defeated Rapid City Central 42-0. Tonight, they are ahead on this scoreboard, 25-0 over the Rough Riders. Haas with a booming kick gets it down to Vaughn at about the 3-yard line. He's going to push the ball all the way up to the 20. Now he cuts back. He's going to come all the way down to, looks like, the 30-yard line. That's going to be his best return of this ball game, and that's where the Roosevelt Rough Riders are going to start with the ball at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, they did a good job of containing there. Looks like Gus Scott might have got the tackle on that one. He's coming over just a little bit shaken up, but he's getting off the field here.
So
we got somebody down on the other side of the field, Ken.
Rough Rider down on the other side of the field, and that's the stoppage of play.
Yep, he's up now, taking off to the sideline. Looks like number 4, which is Mason DeSheffer, which is one of their key players over there. So hopefully he's all right.
So Lynx defense is going to come out to the field, like we said, the last 6.5 quarters. They've given up nothing. I do not see any wood up here, so I can't knock on it. But, yeah, I could stick my hand out the window. You're right. You're right, Bob. He's pointing up here. You guys can't see it. I wish we had a camera. He's pointing. He's trying to tell me where to knock on wood, and I didn't. Shotgun formation. Steve takes it about 2. That's the running back for the Rough Riders as Brower gives it to his running back. That's about his 3rd carry of the ball game. That's going to be the most yards he's gained from the running back position, and that's going to be a gain of about 3 yards, brings up a 2nd and 7 from the 33.
Drake Jellema gets another stop. He's having a great game tonight.
They're going to say,
very active.
They're going to say 2nd and 6 from the 34. Go ahead, Bob.
But, yeah, he's all over the field just like Vandenberg is, so having a good game on the defensive side of the ball.
Brower fakes a handoff to Streif. He under tremendous pressure as number 23. That's going to be Breest, the corner that's played an amazing football game so far for the Lynx. He was close to that interception there, as Brower just wanted to throw it away and bring up a third down. That almost backfired on Brower.
Well, he really wanted to throw a dump pass into the flat here, but there was somebody, a defensive player right there, so I think he just kind of threw it away and didn't see 23 there.
Brower out of the shotgun. He's got Steve right to his right, his running back with 3 receivers to his right. They're going to go with a screen pass to number 9, and he is going to be met by number 30. That's going to be Bortnam, the linebacker, the outside linebacker for the Lynx, and you heard the crowd get loud because that was a great tackle, Bob.
Yeah, he just stood him up, stopped the forward momentum, and drove him backwards, which that's how you draw it up on the board when you're talking about tackling, Ken.
Else is back to punt. That's going to be the punting formation coming out for the Rough Riders as Langrock is back deep for the Lynx at about his 39, 40-yard line. There's the snap, high booming kick. Langrock's going to call for the fair catch, and it's going to be right at about the 19-yard line. So that's the one a little bit, I'm not even going to talk about it. We'll just, yeah, okay.
You know, the important thing is they recovered the ball. They get to go 1st and 10. They've got a 25-point lead. Now they can start running some clock and seeing where this game takes us.
1st and 10 for the Lynx. 5:53 to go in this third quarter. 25-0 Lynx over Roosevelt. They're going to start from the 20-yard line. Lynx offense has come up big so far in this game as they've been scoring at a high rate the last 4 to 5 possessions. Slack, 2 receivers to his right. He's going to quarterback keep it, and he's going to go up the middle. He's going to be met by a host of Rough Riders, and it's going to be a gain of about 2 yards, maybe 3, and that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 8.
Looks like number 13, Austin Markman, got the tackle there on the stop. Looks like a gain of 2, right?
Well, Slack is looking to the sideline. He's going back to the huddle. As just under 5:30 to go, third quarter brings up a 2nd down and 8 from the 22. Slack with Spears-Whitty right to his left. He also has Nelson. Nelson was big on that last drive. He has 2 receivers to his left. He's going to drop back, looks to his right. It's going to be tipped, I believe, and that's going to be an incomplete pass as he tried to go to Langrock, one of his favorite targets early in this season. Incomplete.
Yeah, they got some good pressure from the right side of the Brandon offensive line and kind of got in the passing lane, got a hand up.
3rd down and 8 from the 22-yard line. Roosevelt Rough Riders defense trying to get off the field here as they can gain some good field position if they can. Lynx trying to grab that 1st down. Shotgun formation, 1 receiver to his right. That's going to be Bonwell Whitty. He's got 2 receivers to his left. He's going to go, to the flat, to the 2 receiver set. He tried to find Langrock on the other side of the field, and I believe we'll get the number on that. Yes, number 7, Fennell, the outside linebacker, comes up and almost scores a touchdown on that interception. If it was an interception, Bob, it was that close.
Very, very fortunate not to be playing defense right now.
Grevin Good back, number 18 at about his 42-yard line. Slack the punter at about his 8. And there's the punt. It goes off the side of his foot, and it looks like it's going to be Roosevelt football off that punt from Slack at about the 42-yard line. So that's where Roosevelt's going to start with the ball with their offense with 4:55 to go in this third quarter. Lynx 25, Rough Riders 0.
They gave him a very good spot, Ken. It's down to the 30.
Wow. So, okay, 30-yard line. We'll restart that. 1st and 10 from the 30, 4:55 to go, third quarter. Brower with 3 receivers to his right. He's got his running back with him to his left. He also has Parker, his wide receiver, to his left. He motions Grevin Good. He gives it to Grevin Good from the slot position, and he's going to gain about 2 yards on that kind of jet motion, what we call it on offense in here in football. They bring that wide receiver from that 3-receiver set from right to left, and they bring him across the face of the quarterback. He gives it to Grevin Good, his wide receiver. Gain of about 2 yards, or they're going to say 1. It's 2nd and 9 from the 29.
Jellema on the tackle.
Jellema on the tackle. He's had a big game. He also has a interception. He almost had another interception late in the second quarter. As Brower, two running backs with him, he's going to motion Steve. He's going to look over to Steve, and it's going to be incomplete. That's not a fumble because it's in front of him. If it would have been behind him and Steve would have dropped that pass, that's technically a fumble, Bob, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 9 from the 29.
Yeah, they're trying to manufacture the run game with those short passes because they just can't get any traction.
I agree, and so they're trying that short pass, trying to get their quarterback kind of comfortable, but you're down 25-0. You can't get real comfortable now. You better be comfortable, otherwise this game's going to get away from you. Brower, shotgun formation. He's also got 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. He's going to go and to Parker, his single receiver to the left. It's incomplete. Great coverage by Carroll, the corner, number 35. The secondary for the Lynx is playing tremendous tonight. And Jellema, Bisbee, Breest, and Carroll, they played outstanding ball tonight, haven't they, Bob? Because they've been forced into action as Brower's probably thrown the ball 40, 45 times already. 4th down and 8, and the Rough Riders are going to go for it from the 29-yard line. It looks like there's going to be movement by the offensive line for the Rough Riders. We'll see if they go for it now.
I think at this point in time, Ken, you gotta try to make something happen here. If you punt, very likely to go in the end zone. You're not going to gain a bunch.
So there's going to be a 3-safety set back there for the Lynx. If you look on the right of your screen, you're going to see Jellema, Bisbee, and Brummels comes in at that safety position right in the middle of the field. Brower, 3 receivers to his right. He's got 1 to his left. He's barking out signals. He's going to look to his right. He's looking, steps up, heavy pressure. He finds number 2. That's going to be Nave, his tight end. But they're going to be short of the first down as a host of Lynx defenders come on in the tackle. And that's all you have to do, Bob, is stop it short of the sticks, short of that first down. Lynx ball.
That is excellent defense. They kind of played, make sure they wasn't going to give up any deep balls, make a sure tackle when the ball is delivered underneath, and just don't let them break one. So
Lynx ball starting at about the 30-yard line. That's where we're going to put it, actually 34-yard line, 1st and 10, 3:50 go, third quarter. He's got a 2 running back set. He's going to give it to Spears-Whitty. Big block by Nelson as Nelson comes through the hole first. The tight end / fullback, number 44 for the Lynx. And Spears-Whitty, all he had to do was follow him. Big gainer, 2nd down and 4.
Elijah Else on the tackle there, but that was a great gainer. Now they set up one of those deals. Do you do a play action and go for a long one knowing you've got a couple of plays to get 4 or 5 yards?
I think they may. I'm not going to predict anything, but I think they want to establish the run a little bit, Bob, as Spears-Whitty. They're going to pass, and then they're going to go over the middle. His favorite target of the night is going to be number 9. That's going to be Andreessen over the middle. I wish we had stats, but my guess he's at about 130 to 140, maybe more yards on 4 receptions tonight, and 2 of those receptions, Bob, have been for touchdowns.
It was an excellent play call. They had the linebackers up. They had to respect the run and left the middle of the field short distance, just over the linebacker spot, wide open for catch and run.
So Slack finds Andreessen over the middle. They had a 2-receiver set up to the right. That was Langrock and Andreessen, and they find a hole in that zone. First down, Lynx. As Spears-Whitty moves from left to right, but there's going to be a timeout for the Lynx. They're going to take their first timeout of this half. 2:35 to go as the offensive staff didn't like what they seen from the offense, but a big gainer. Andreessen, boy, he has jumped onto the scene, tonight. Hasn't he?
Yes, he has. Like I said, sometimes they try to take away your big hitters, and the next person down the line has to step up, and he's certainly done that tonight.
So, we've been fortunate here in Brandon for the Lynx, Brandon Valley here, is that we've had a host of really, really good wide receivers. We can date it back to, Dale Moss back in the day. We can date it back to Vandenberg that went to the University of Iowa to play football. Moss with the Jackrabbits here in South Dakota playing Division I football. But this receiving core, and when you have Langrock and you have Bonwell-Whitty and now Andreessen stepping into the scene here, this is a pretty good wide receiver core for Slack in the offense. Slack's going to keep it, and it's going to be a first down and about 3. So it was a first down and 10, actually it was going to be a first down and 12, and Slack's going to pick up about 3 yards, and that's going to bring it to 2nd and 9 from the 47.
Yeah, it looks like the Sheffer is back in for the Rough Riders after being shaken up a little bit earlier, but he made that stop there.
And going back to that offense, we can't forget the last series as the tight end / fullback, Nelson, number 44. We got to add him to that big passing game, too, as he had 2 big receptions.
Oh, he's wide open.
And there goes Langrock, wide open like Bob said. Touchdown, Lynx, as Slack, he throws his 4th touchdown of the game, and he finds Langrock, his other senior, from the wide receiver position, 31-0, Lynx over the Rough Riders.
That was a 47-yard pass, and he was as about as wide open as you can get. And he must have had some speed because that defensive back was closing on him, and he just ran by him.
So far tonight, big offense from the wide receivers. We were talking about it, and all of a sudden Langrock scores a touchdown. Haas, Langrock to hold. Kick is good. Lynx 32, Rough Riders 0 in this 11 AAA Metro Conference matchup here on a beautiful September Friday evening, a minute 44 to go in the third quarter.
And the funny part, Ken, is who was holding on that extra point attempt? Langrock. Yeah, he had to run back. It was not the bestest of snaps coming back. He got the ball, got it up off the ground, put it upright, and got a good extra point.
That's a great point. And your Lynx TV sponsors are the Platinum sponsors: Alliance Communications, Coca-Cola Bottling, Midco Communications, Sanford Health, and Sioux Valley Energy. The Lynx anchor sponsors are Vera Medical Group here in Brandon, the McGreevy Medical Group, First Dakota National Bank, Sanford, Brandon Family Medicine, and Children's Clinic here in Brandon. Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine here in Brandon also. The Lynx founding sponsors are Alliance Communications, American Family Insurance, Josh Koob Agency, Brandon Ace Hardware, Brandon Lumber Company, Brandon Pharmacy, Heartland Funeral Home, Sunshine Food Store, and Today's Family Dentistry. We'll go over the Lynx Pride sponsors in just a moment as Haas is going to kick off from the 40-yard line. He's going to pin the Rough Riders down. They're going to start with a field position. We'll see what the side judge marks it at, but he's going to mark it at about the 23-yard line. Lynx Pride sponsors are Architecture Incorporated, Brandon Plumbing and Heating, Vernon and Gruning Heating and Air Conditioning. You may say that better, Bob. I'm sorry. Sorry. First Interstate Bank, Hinkle Electronic Materials LLC, Horizon Pet Care, McDonald's, and Michael's Fence. First down and 10 for Brower in that offense for the Rough Riders. He's going to step up in the pocket. He is met over the middle by the defensive tackle. That was great pressure from the defensive tackle. I believe it was number 94 on our sheet here for the Lynx.
Mason Jones.
Mason Jones from the defensive tackle position as Brower tries to step up into the pocket, and he is met, and I believe that caused the incompletion, Bob.
It was. It got tipped into here and almost caught in the second tier back here, but it bounced off the ground right before he picked it up.
Brower, second down and 10 from the 35. He looks to his receiver, overthrows Parker, but the safety for the Lynx, that's going to be number, I believe, 15. No, we're gonna call it number 24, Bisbee?
I believe it was.
Bisbee.
Jellema was back there, too, applying the hit on the top end of the reception jump there as well.
So incompletion, great coverage from the safety position for the Lynx as Jellema and Bisbee are right around the ball most of the night for the Lynx defense from the safety position. Brower, shotgun formation, two receivers to his left and right. He also has a halfback.
Flag
it looks
on the
like
play.
There may be movement by the Rough Riders offensive line or the receivers. We'll see what they call. But it is third down and 10. This is going to pin them back a little bit more. False start, Rough Riders. So false start again from the Rough Riders. We saw that a little bit last series also by the offensive line. And you're going to see a three receiver set. They kind of bunch package to the right here as Brower is going to come up with a third down and about 15 from the 30. Three receivers to his right. We talked about the bunch set. He's got one receiver to his left. He's going to drop back. He's going to have heavy pressure up the middle. That's going to be Parliament. He almost completes the pass, though, to number, it looks like 14, I believe, right? Or number 4.
Number 4.
Number 4, Bob, the wide receiver for Roosevelt as Parliament. Number 90, the defensive tackle. We've seen a really great play from the defensive line and offensive line tonight. And we know, Bob, how you win football games is winning the line of scrimmage, and that's what we've done tonight defensively and offensively, Bob.
At 100%.
Else back to punt, number 12 for the Rough Riders. And it looks like Spears Whitty is back for the Lynx. And he's going to let it go, and it's going to bounce all the way down to about the 26-yard line. And that's where the Lynx are going to start with the ball. It looks like the special teams coordinator wanted the number 21, Spears Whitty, to grab that ball as it was a line drive kick for the Lynx, and he did not. So special teams coordinator is Tim Silianson, and he's also the wide receivers coach. Shotgun formation for Slack as he has two receivers to his right. He's going to give it to Spears Whitty. Spears Whitty makes something out of nothing there. He was met in the backfield, and he pushes that pile for 2 yards, 2nd and 8.
Yeah, Elijah Else on the tackle there. They're just running right up the gut, and it says, hey, we think our offensive line is better than your defensive line. We're going to prove it.
46 seconds to go in the third quarter. Lynx up 32-0 in this 11 AAA matchup on this beautiful September evening. And Slack's going to break the huddle with two receivers to his right. That's going to be Andreessen and Langrock. He's also got Bonwell Whitty, and he's going to give it to Spears Whitty up the middle. And he's going to gain about 5 yards. It's going to bring up a second down a third down and 3.
You know, that's just some good hard running right up the middle. As the old adage goes, 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
3 yards in a cloud of dust.
Or in this particular field's case, 3 yards and a whole bunch of black pebbles.
So that's going to do it for the third quarter. Your Lynx capitalize on the big touchdown to Langrock. They put it to a 32-0 lead, and your Lynx are going into the fourth quarter as they are trying to move to 2-2 early in this season. We talked about in the pregame, Bob, this 3-game stretch. You talked about, Bob, that it's one game at a time. But as a coaching staff, you know that they're sitting in the coach's room saying, okay, if we can take care of these next 3 games, we can move to 4-2, and we're right in the hunt.
Yeah, you know, like I said, most coaches will tell you that they're not thinking about that. They're just thinking about this week. But you kind of plan out your season and kind of who you think you could take care of, who you need to surprise, that type of thing. And you said these next 3 games are very crucial for where you're going to seed's going to be at the end of the season, and who you might have to play in the playoffs, where you get a chance to play those games in the playoffs, all those types of things.
You're exactly right. Lynx 32-0 started the fourth quarter. Slack, he's going to be out of the shotgun formation. He's also going to have Spears Whitty with him. Nelson right in front of him, 2 receivers to his right and 1 to his left. He's going to drop back. Heavy pressure, but he does find his favorite target for his 5th reception of the game. That's going to be Andreessen, and that's going to be a first down with a pickup about 16 yards. A Roosevelt Rough Rider, looks like number 35. Well, let's see here. Looks like 23 Brown,
yep.
And he's had a big game. He had the interception in the fumble recovery in this game for the Rough Riders. So far, offensively, we've seen a host of players, and that's what you want to see kind of from your offenses, is that Slack is delivering the ball to. We've seen Andreessen with 2 touchdowns. Andreessen also with a big first down there, and he's probably over 170. I keep on climbing here. He's going to be tilting up to about 200 here pretty soon. But Langrock in that last series,
47 yards.
Finds the end zone for 47 yards. Also, the series before that, though, his tight end / fullback, number 44, Nelson, came into the passing game all of a sudden. You know, everybody's covering deep, and they're in that deep zone. They're afraid of that big target, and Andreessen or Langrock, and guess what? Yeah. Underneath comes Nelson.
Yeah, and like I said, he gained probably 20, 30 yards on those catches. But it looks like there might have been a cramp just by the way they were working on straightening out the leg and everything. But he's walking off on under his own power there, so that's good. In fact, he's jogging now. So
11:54 to go in this game. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Lynx trying to get over the hump here and really go into this next week 2-2 at 500. Shotgun formation for Slack. He has Spears Whitty with him, 2 receivers to his right, his 2 favorite receivers, and he's going to go up top. He has Andreessen over the middle again, and that's going to put him well over 200 yards on the night. Number 9, that's going to be on Andreessen over the middle, and the Rough Riders have had no answer for that wide receiver, Bob.
Not down the middle. That's just a good post pattern, and he's just outrunning the secondary guy, and they're throwing it over the top. It says here, run underneath it and catch it.
And you looked at Slack, that's just a beautiful ball. He allows his wide receiver to go get the ball. He puts it in a spot, and you just go get it, Andreessen. First down and goal for your Lynx. Bad snap. Slack gets it. He rolls right. He's going to try to find his favorite receiver again. Beautiful catch. Beautiful throw from Slack. As Slack's going down, he just heaves it over the middle. And Andreessen with his 3rd touchdown of the game, 7th catch, I believe. And we talked about him being over 200 yards. Well, he might be looking at about 250 yards pretty soon, Bob.
Yeah, what's even more important or more impressive about that pass, Ken, is the only person that could possibly catch that pass is his receiver.
On to kick. That's a good point. On to kick is Haas, the left-footed kicker. It is low. Maybe a bad snap. We haven't seen a lot of that from Haas this year. And that goes underneath the crossbar. It's no good. But your Lynx with a commanding lead off that touchdown from Slack to Andreessen. 38-0. 10:54 to go in this ball game.
Yeah, that was just a good play action. It stopped the linebackers. And, again, there wasn't nothing fancy, Ken. He just says, you know what, I'm going to throw it up, and we're going to let my receiver go out there and get it, make a play for you. So now for the rest of this particular game, Ken, we need to shore up some defensive things and make sure that the defensive line can start taking it to Roosevelt's line and see what they can do to keep the shutout intact. I know that means a lot to a defense to be able to pitch a shutout, and you know what, that'd be 2 weeks in a row for a shutout.
And so for those of you that don't know, you know now. Number 9's Nate Andreessen. He's a senior. He's 6'4", 195 pounds. Remember that name, because tonight he has jumped onto the scene. He has, I believe, 7 catches, 3 touchdowns, in right around 240 yards. I don't know, but we'll get the stats to you next week. But he's on the scene now, and this Leaks offense can become real dangerous with all these weapons. Haas on to kick. He's going to kick it to Vaughn. Vaughn's going to take it at about the 1 yard line. He's going to scamper up the middle. And he breaks open. He's going to go down to the sideline at about the 33-yard line, and that's where the Rough Riders are going to start with the ball. It looks like some of the substitutions are happening on the defense, and I'm going to let Bob kind of call who's on the field here for the Lynx as we get the numbers for you. Same offense coming out for the Rough Riders as Brower is going to start with 2 receivers to his left and 2 receivers to his right. He's going to have Steve with him in the backfield. He's going to drop back. 1-step drop. He's going to look to Vaughn, and it's going to be incomplete. It goes off the hands of Vaughn. 2nd down and 10.
So I definitely know that we've got drawing a total blank, Ken. Sorry.
All right.
Yeah, Coldecker, I'm sorry, was in the game, and then number 55, which is Cameron Whitaker, was playing on the outside deal that hasn't been in the game yet tonight.
So 3 receivers to Brower's left. He's got 1 to his right, and that's going to be Parker. And with his running back with him, he's going to step back, 2-step drop. He's going to find, I believe, Parker. I think that's going to be complete for about a 14-yard gain. 1st down and 10 for the Rough Riders, as the Lynx want to keep that shutout going to 8 quarters, 2 games. We'll see if they can do that with their defense on the field. It's going to be 1st and 10 from about the 46-yard line, 9 minutes to go in this ball game, 38-0. Lynx over the Rough Riders. 3 receivers to Brower's left, and it looks like I think it's going to be false start again on the Rough Riders. It is. So it's going to be 1st down and 15. It looks like about every series they get the last 3 series, Bob, they get a false start.
You know, that's just a lack of concentration. They're trying to make something happen, but it's just a lack of concentration on the offense.
3 receivers to Brower's left. He's going to look to the left. He's going to go up top. Almost intercepted by one of the safeties. I'm going to let Bob tell you. That's going to be number 25.
Gabe Severin?
Yeah.
Severin.
Gabe Severin from the safety position. He came up, and it was that close. It went right off his fingertips for the interception. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 15 from the 41. We're just under 8 minutes to go in this ball game. Brower, 2 receivers to his left. It's going to be Parker and his favorite receiver, Grevin Good. He's going to drop back. He's going to look to Parker. Parker over the middle is going to get the first down and maybe a little more. He's going to be right at the sticks, but that's going to be moving the chains, and that's going to be a first down right across the 50 at about the 44-yard line for the Rough Riders.
The tackle was Carter Labrie. He's kind of into the game for the first time tonight.
Labrie with the tackle, like Bob said, and that's going to bring up a first down for the Rough Riders as Brower finds Parker over the middle for a 15-yard gain. Shotgun formation for Brower. He has two receivers to his right and left. He also has Steve with him in the backfield. Drops back, 5-step drop. He looks over the middle, tries to find Parker again, and it's underthrown, and it's going to be an incomplete pass, 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, that was just a little underthrown. He's throwing the ball a lot tonight. Fatigue might be getting to be a factor here. But also, Ken, I did see that Levi Feldkamp is in at defensive end here for the Lynx.
And so what do you think? Brower's probably at about 50 to 55 passes we'll give him?
I would say it's got to be real close to that.
Shotgun formation. I think he's going to pass here. Drops back. Tries to find his favorite receiver, and he does. It's thrown behind number 18, Grevin Good, but Grevin Good's a really good ball player, and he grabs that for the first down.
Hemi Weirtink is in the game and was in coverage there.
They're going to call that incomplete, Bob. So that's going to be 3rd and 10 from the 44-yard line. It looked like a completion to me, didn't it?
It did. It sure did.
Shotgun formation for Brower again. He's going to have two receivers to his left and two to his right. He's going to have Steve right to his left. Brower's going to bark out signals. He's going to look to his left. Grevin Good's been his favorite receiver. He's going to go up top to Parker, just out of the reach of number 14. That's going to be Parker, the wide receiver for the Rough Riders. That's going to bring up a 4th down and 10 from the 44-yard line.
Looks like we've got Tayton Stroh was on the coverage there, but that was just beyond the fingertips.
4th down and 10 as the Lynx are going to, as the Lynx are going to try to keep this streak of a shutout to 2 games for this Lynx defense. Shotgun formation for Brower. 2 receivers to his right and left with the halfback. He's going to play action. Drops back. He's going to find Grevin Good. Grevin Good's going to gain the first down and a little bit more. That's not going to be Grevin Good. That's going to be number 2, Nave, his tight end.
Gabe Severin on the tackle there.
So that's going to be a 1st down and 10 from about the 25-yard line for the Rough Riders. He's going to have 3 receivers. That's going to be Brower to his left, 1 to his right, and they're going to go out of the trip formation. Parker's up to his right. His favorite receiver Grevin Good, in the middle of that 3 formation. There goes the wheel route. Touchdown, Rough Riders.
You know, that was a great execution. You got to keep your eye when Grevin Good's in the game. And, he just beat the secondary back there in the corner.
So out of that 3 receiver set, Grevin Good was the middle wide receiver out of that, and he did a wheel route. So they kind of picked. I mean, it's a legal pick. You know, they got him open, and the wheel route came, and we were late from the safety position over. Touchdown, Rough Riders, their first of the game. It is now a 38-6 ball game. Extra point from Else is good. 38-7. Your Lynx with 4:09 to go over the Rough Riders in this 11 AAA Metro Conference ball game.
You know, I'm glad to see that the coaches are getting in some of the players that don't necessarily get a ton of reps during a game to give them that experience of playing at that higher level, because you never know when you're going to need them on a tightly contested game. And you're not going to get that in practice necessarily for some of those younger players or some of the other players.
So Thuey's going to be your new quarterback. That's going to be number 3 for the Lynx, Jack Thuey. He's a junior, 6'1", 170 pounds. I've seen him warming up on the sideline. My guess is he's coming in for the senior, number 8, Lucas Slack. Slack's had a beautiful ball game. I believe he's thrown for 5 touchdowns on the game. 3 of them went to his favorite receiver of the night. That's going to be Andreessen, number 9, and 1 to Langrock. And I believe he had another one. We'll have to check the stats.
Back deep, you got number 34, Gus Scott.
Scott back deep for the Lynx as your kicker. I still haven't got that right, Bob. Number 81. I was sent 3 kickers.
Tyler Van Rokel.
Tyler Van Rokel. It could have been one of 3 kickers tonight, and Van Rokel gets it. Looks like a big face mask as number 34. That's going to be Gus Scott takes the kickoff all the way up to about the 35-yard line, but I think they're going to tack on another 15 yards, I believe. As we saw the face mask, we'll see how that comes about on this field.
I hope he gives his helmet and his head back after that one, Ken.
So it's going to be a face mask like we talked about. That's going to be a free 15 yards. Lynx are going to start with the ball. They got to move everybody back even further. They're going to cross the 50-yard line all the way up to the 47-yard line. Thuey out of the shotgun, your new quarterback for the Lynx. 2 receivers to his right. He's going to give it to his running back, and that's going to be number 27, Gray. And he's going to scamper all the way up to about looks like the 39-yard line. So that's going to be a gain of 5, brings up a 2nd and 5 from the 41.
You know, there's nothing fancy about that, Ken. Just right up the gut, keep picking up the yards, and keep the clock running.
Exactly. 2:40 to go in this matchup. Lynx 38-7. Thuey looking to his left. He's got 2 receivers to his left. Gives it to Gray again. Gray's going to get the first down and more. He runs it all the way up the hash there. The hash marks on the right side, moving left to right on your screen. Most important, keeps the clock running, and that's a first down.
Yeah, that's Deshaun Sykes on the tackle for the Rough Riders. But again, just a common sense, my guys are going to beat your guys.
Thuey again out of the shotgun. He's got Gray with him. He's got 1 receiver to his right and 2 to his left. Gray's going to find a big opening up the right. He actually breaks a tackle. He's going up the sideline. Great run by number 27. That's going to be Evan Gray. He's a sophomore, 5'10", 180 pounds.
Yeah, Deshaun Sykes again in on the tackle, but not before a very nice run. He just kept his feet moving, kept moving upfield to try to get positive yards, and did a great job there. Good blocking.
Under a minute 30 to go, a minute 20 to go in this ball game. Lynx 38-7. They're going to move to 2-2 on the year. They climb up from 0-2, and they have now won when this clock hits 0, 2 straight games. And Thuey's going to go under center, and he's going to kneel it down. So, Bob, we start this 3-game series. Let's call it a 3-game series in 3 weeks. We had Roosevelt tonight. We took care of business. It's going to be 38-7 when that clock hits 0, and we're going to go 1-0 on this 3-game and really important 3-game middle of the season pack series, whatever you want to call it. But they're 1-0. The most important part was this game, 1-0. Now they're going to look to homecoming next week. Remember, folks, the game's going to start at 6 o'clock next, 7 o'clock next week, as Spearfish is going to come to town for homecoming.
Yeah, that was a last one, the victory formation as the clock is ticking down with under 10 to go. It was just a good, fundamental, solid football game from all phases of the game. Now, was there a couple of turnovers? They absolutely were, but the defense kind of took away any advantage that those turnovers gave Roosevelt, and that's what good teams, good fundamentally coached teams do. They don't let those turnovers turn into big things that are against you.
So tonight in this 11 AAA matchup, what a beautiful evening tonight, as it's a beautiful Friday night in September, and your Lynx capitalize on the being at home, coming back home, and off the win at Rapid City Central. They take care of the Rough Riders tonight, 38-7. They moved to 2-2 on the season, moved to 500 on the season. They're going to look to the homecoming matchup against Spearfish. Remember, it's going to be an hour earlier next week. It's going to be a 6 o'clock start, as your Lynx are going to look to go to 3-2 on the season. We were going to get you some scores tonight. We didn't get an update on that, but you'll see that obviously tonight if you watch your local broadcasting tonight. News stations on the sports, they call it Sports Extra or whatever it is.
Friday night sports.
There you go. Friday night sports. And some of those teams are going to move to 2-2, so the Lynx may climb up that standing board. But what a beautiful game you talked about, Bob. All three phases tonight. The Lynx, they on special teams, they were outstanding. Offensively, they were outstanding. And really defensively, they were outstanding. 1 touchdown in the last 8 quarters for that Lynx defense, and that is outstanding, Bob.
You know, it is, and that just goes that, you know, it shows you that there's different parts to the season. Earlier in the year, they played some very good teams and didn't quite have what they needed to win those games. But now that they've made some adjustments, they've got some good play calling, but more importantly, the players are executing the plays when they need to score some points. And tonight, Andreessen, long bombs down the middle of the field, no answer for that.
No answer. I believe he had 7 catches for around 250 yards. He also had 3 touchdowns and a lot through the air. A little bit of running from Spears, Whitty, and Slack on the ground. But really that offensive, we'll call it a juggernaut, because you look at last week's game, you score 42 points, right, offensively against Rapid City Central. Tonight, you score 38 points. That's 80 points in the last 2 games, and you've only given up 7. You're firing on all cylinders. We hopefully take that momentum, and hats off to the coaching staff and Coach Christensen and his staff. They have this team rolling right now, and we need to take that momentum as we go into homecoming next week. My player of the game, Bob, is Andreessen. I know Slack had a beautiful night too. His completions percentage had been amazing. We don't have that for you. We'll have the stats next week as we go into next week. But Slack had a great game. But also, it's kind of hard. So Andreessen tonight, number 9, Nate Andreessen, the junior for the Lynx. I believe he's a senior. I apologize. Yeah. Number 9. You know, you want to give it to him, but I'm not going to give it. I'm not going to give him the player of the game. I'm going to give it to our guys up front, the offensive line and the defensive line, because that's where you win football games. Slack had a lot of time to hit those deep shots to Andreessen, and defensively, Roosevelt abandoned the run in the first quarter because they couldn't run.
Right.
And the pressure from the defensive line was outstanding. So my players or whatever groups of the game are the guys up front. Yours?
I'm going to give it to a combo as well. As much as they had time, a lot of the play calling set up a lot of that. I'm going to give the coach of the game to Coach Zur for his offensive play designs that made a lot of these things possible.
Yeah, and I agree with you. The coaching staff's doing a great job, and that's what's happened. As we looked at the last host of years, and under, God bless his soul, Coach Garrow, under Coach Garrow, and now with Coach Christensen as the head coach, the team sometimes has went 0-1 or I really haven't seen the team go 0-2, but this team seems to get better as we move along, and that's been the history of Brandon Valley football as we've just climbed and we've got better as the season goes, and that's what we're seeing tonight. So, well, we have a ball game next week, Bob. 6 o'clock start. Homecoming against Spearfish, and we're going to see we're not going to see you folks. Hopefully you tune in if you're not at the game.